back with the Trojanettes and the Lady Raiders here from Barren County High School. Jay Turner and Robert Bauer. Take a look at tonight's lineups brought to you by SCRTC. Get things started with SCRTC's best and reliable internet speeds today. The Warnings Lady Raiders under head coach Orlando Hayden. They'll start Lucy Patterson, a 5'9 freshman, averaging 12.8 points a game. Haley Heimer, 5'6 junior, averages 8. Kelsey Sparks, a 5'5 junior, averages just under 8 points a game. Caroline Forrester, a 6-foot sophomore, averages 7 points a game. And Kaylee Miller, a 6'2 freshman, that averages 3 points a game for the Lady Raiders. Only one senior on the entire roster this year for the Warnings Lady Raiders. Piper Lindsay in her 4th season at Barren County. Trojanettes assistant coaches are Abby Beard, Scott Chapman, and Chad Withrow. Mallory Pettigo, a 5'8 senior, averaging 8.5 points and 5 rebounds a game. Bailey Pettigo, 5'7 senior, 12.5 points, 6.5 rebounds. Elizabeth Bertram, a 5'8 junior, averaging 12.5 points a game. Mackenzie England, a 6'2 senior, 6.5 points, 5 rebounds. And Jalynn Bush, a 5'9 senior, averaging 6 points a game for the Trojanettes. Trojanettes have won 10 in a row against Warren East, dating back to the 2008 season. The last time Warren East beat a Barren County Trojanette basketball team. Last year, the Trojanettes won over the Lady Raiders 52-30. Warren East finished the season 18-13 in Orlando Hayden's first year. First winning season in quite some time, all the way back to the 2008 year.
Yeah, it's a drastically different Warren East program than it was back in 2008 when they were in the region semifinals and really contenders for the region with some really good players. But Orlando's got it maybe on the right track. They started out rough at the beginning of the year, but it seems like they're doing much better. 1-7 on their last 11, like I said earlier.
And, of course, that 14th district is so tough to get out of when you've got Bowling Green and South Warren. Warren East might be the spoiler in the 14th district this year. Greenwood also in there as well, and Warren Central probably predicted to finish last in the 14th district, but Bowling Green may be hard to beat as far as winning the 14th district championship this year.
Yeah, Warren East hadn't played Greenwood yet, but I think that would be the matchup for third in that district. And South Warren, Bowling Green may be vulnerable. I think it would be really hard to pull an upset against either one of those for Warren East to be able to sneak into the region, though.
I'm going to remind you of a couple of things before we get to tip-off. The 2004 Trojanettes will be recognized this Friday night in between games. 15th District champs, 4th Region champs, went to the state tournament quarterfinals. Record of 27-6 under head coach John Butler. And, of course, current Trojanette coach Piper Lindsay was a member of that 2004 squad that went to the state quarterfinals at Little Arena. And then on the 19th, the 1999 Trojans, 4th Region champions, 24-8, first time ever going to the state tournament, and coached by John Tinsley here at Barren County. They'll be recognized on January the 19th in between games. And Coach Blake Crabtree of the baseball team has informed us that there'll be a chili supper this Friday night, starting at 5:30, right before the Barren and Monroe games, and be chili, hot dog, dessert, and a drink for $6, and all the proceeds go to the Barren County High baseball team.
Perfect supper plans for Friday night right before you come and watch the girls play Monroe and hopefully pick up another district win, watch some recognition, and the boys look for their first district win Friday night.
Let's take a look at some McDonald's keys to winning tonight. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Well, I think Warren East is a lot better team than we saw last night with Thomas Nelson, but we're in a stretch right now when I think it's kind of hard to play every night. You don't have... you're not going up against the top 2 or 3 teams in the region, and therefore it's hard to get up for those games. And we did a good job last night doing that, but you've got to challenge yourself every night. And I'm sure Piper writes some challenges on the board and has some things the girls need to work on. But I think it's just being mentally tough, playing through it, understanding if you have an off night or you overlook somebody, that somebody can jump up and beat you. And the team that we beat in 97, Warren East, who was number 1 in the region, number 1 in the state, I think can attest to that. So those are things that we just have to work on. We have to stay mentally focused, be mentally prepared, and come out. Hopefully everybody has a good night and look forward to Friday night. But a good basketball team who's trending upward tonight, Warren East matched up before.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise? Gentlemen, please remove your hats and place your right hand over your heart. As our nation's colors are presented this evening by our very own honor unit with distinction, Barren County High School Army JROTC. Representing our color guard this evening is Cadet Captain Corbin Wright, Cadet Command Sergeant Major Isaac Shackelford, Cadet Captain Alex Johnson, and Cadet Captain William Pointer. Playing our national anthem this evening is our very own Barren County High School pep band under the direction of Dr. Kip Crowder. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Barren County High School Gymnasium for Kentucky High School women's basketball action. Our game this evening is between the visitors on the scoreboard, the Warren East Lady Raiders, and the home team on the scoreboard, your very own Barren County Trojanettes. And now introducing the starters for the Lady Raiders. Starting at one guard, number 10, Lucy Patterson. Starting at one guard, number 11, Kesley Sparks. Starting at one guard, number 12, Haley Hammer. Starting at forward, number 25, Caroline Forrester. And starting at center, number 24, Kaylee Miller. The Lady Raiders are coached by Orlando Hayden. And now introducing the starters for your very own Barren County Trojans. Starting at one guard, the 5'8" junior number 11, Elizabeth Bergtraub. Starting at one guard, the 5'8" senior number 4, Mallory Pettigo. Starting at one guard, the 5'7" senior number 22, Bailey Pettigo. Starting at one forward, the 5'9" senior number 25, Justin Bush. And starting at one forward, the 6'2" senior number 35, Mackenzie England. The Trojanettes are coached by assistant coaches Abby Beard, Scott Chapman, and Chad Withrow. Trojanette head coach is Piper Lindsay. Your officials for tonight's game, Carrie Winters, Barry Ballou, and Scott Daniels.
East already out on the floor. It's Forrester in the jump circle.
Sports medicine provider of Barren
Warnies has a little bit better size than Thomas Nelson. I thought we exploited that last night on the boards and in the post. Will not have as easy of a time tonight. They have a decent size, 5'10", 6 foot.
Forrester's grandfather, Marvin Witcher, was an assistant girls basketball coach here at Barren County.
Right. He's actually my golf coach.
Was your golf coach, right? Scott Daniels will toss it up. Barren County left to right, Warren East right to left. Going to be controlled by the Trojanettes. Mallory Pettigo will set things up for Barren County as Warren East starts out in a 2-3 zone defensively. Here's Bertram on the left side, back out to Mallory Pettigo. Right side, Bailey Pettigo. Skip pass underneath on a back door. Shot goes up, no good. But a foul is going to be called. Bertram went up for the shot. And the foul is going to be on Warren East, Lucy Patterson. That is her first and the team's first.
That's her first, team first. Bertram.
I don't know which I'm more surprised about. Warren East is playing a zone, or we ran that play to open the game. I mean, both of those are pretty much things we expected to happen to open the game.
Elizabeth Bertram knocks down the free throw for Barren County. 61% shooter. Had 18 points last night in the win over Thomas Nelson as she sinks both free throws. Now Barren County picking up with a 1-2-2 zone court press. The ball comes into Heimer. Heimer working to the back court, trying to get around Bertram, and she does. Splits the defenders, and it was almost knocked loose there. They give it off to Sparks. Sparks to the right side. Back out to Heimer. They give it to Patterson. Patterson dribbling into the paint. Throws up the shot. It banked it in.
Patterson, their leading scorer, got a good look at it their first trip.
And she's the only Lady Raider that averages in double figures at about 13 points a game. 2-2 the score here in the first quarter early from Barren County High. Warren East stays in the 2-3 zone. Bailey Pettigo will throw it across over to Mallory Pettigo. Dumps it to the baseline. Bush, she's trapped. Had to dribble out of it. Gives it back off to Mallory Pettigo. Bounce pass over to Bertram. Bertram now top of the key. Back over to Mallory Pettigo. And now throws it back across. It's Bertram. Jacks up a three. It's short off the left side of the rim. And an offensive rebound with Bailey Pettigo. Shovels it into Bush. Had the shot blocked on her. And we're going to get a foul in the back court. Forrester blocked the shot. The foul is going to be on Bailey Pettigo. Barren County, that is her first of the team's first.
Just flipped it up, didn't put a lot into it, a lot of strength into it, and able to be blocked. But we've already seen more defensive pressure tonight in 2 sets than we had all game last night.
Ball comes up to Heimer. Heimer breaks toward the top of the key. Will set it up for the Lady Raiders. 2-2 the score. We played almost a minute and a half here in the opening quarter. Right side it goes to Sparks. Sparks on a couple of dribbles, throws it back out now to Heimer, out between the circles, swings it left side to Patterson. Patterson now wants to make a move, can't, gives it on the free throw line. Here's a shot going up, it's no good. In there for Miller. And another offensive rebound put back up by Patterson, no. Bailey Pettigo fires it out now to Bertram across the lane. There's Mallory Pettigo for the layup.
Put the defender in no man's land where she couldn't guard either one of them. Good layup.
And a 4-2 Barren County lead. Almost 2 minutes gone here in the opening quarter. Heimer driving it down in the left corner, reversing it back out, gives to Patterson. Patterson out top, over the right side now to Sparks. Sparks putting down a couple of dribbles, back to Patterson. Patterson trying to find an opening, throws it down low into the Forrester. Forrester against Mackenzie England, and she blocks it on her and gets rid of the basketball up court. Bailey Pettigo chased it down but couldn't get to it in time as the ball just a little bit too much on it. Turnover will give it to Warren East.
Threw it to the sideline instead of more up the floor, leading her. Couldn't chase it down, but Forrester went right into the body of England. Not sure that's what she's going to do many more times, but good defense on our end.
Sparks with the basketball, working against Bertram. Gets a screen over to Patterson. Dumps it down. It's knocked away, and it's Bush. It goes right back in the hands of Heimer. She missed the shot. Battle for the rebound, claimed by England. Slings it down the floor, and it is Bertram going under, lays it up, missed the layup, and rebound to Warren East, Caroline Forrester. Rather going to be knocked out of bounds, but thought there might have been a foul there. Warren East will get the ball. 5:17 to go. 4-2. Barren County on top. 1-2-2 zone court press. Go man now, and it comes up court to Patterson. Patterson races to the basket, goes up with a shot, got it partially blocked, put back up, no good. A foul going to be called. That's going to send Forrester to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Forrester's got good strength on the post. Even though she made that move right into us a while ago, she'll be a good defensive challenge for us throughout the game.
It's her first, team second.
And Caroline Forrester at the line. First one is up and good.
We have not given them much resistance in our pressure. They've done a good job. Efficient. They're running some actually sets on a full court offense against the press. Haven't forced them to turn it over yet, and they tied the basketball game.
4-4, Warren East and Barren County. Trojanettes with the ball. Here's a shot by Bush. It's off the mark to the right. Rebound to Miller for Warren East. Now looking for help. Gets rid of the basketball to Sparks. Sparks brings it across the timeline. Right side it goes to Heimer. Back to Sparks for 3. It's off the mark. Patterson with the offensive board. Going back up. It's blocked by Bailey Pettigo. Mackenzie England got it and fired it down the floor. Here's Mallory Pettigo over to Bertram. 15-footer left side, good.
It amazes me. She would rather take that 8-footer than have a layup. All she had to do was float to the block and layup.
And ball almost got knocked away. And I'm going to say they threw it off Bertram and out of bounds as Heimer was falling out of bounds with a basketball. And so Warren East will keep it against the full court press by Barren County. Ball comes into Patterson. She's trapped, had it smacked out of her hands out of bounds by Bailey Pettigo. Lady Raiders will keep it with 4:26 to play here in the first. Barren County 6, Warren East 4. And the ball comes in to Sparks. Sparks being pressured to the backcourt. Now lobs it up, and it's knocked away, stolen by Bailey Pettigo for the Trojanettes. Fires it down to Bertram. Goes in for the layup. Good.
Patterson had it beat, couldn't handle the pass. Leads to a layup.
8-4, Barren County. Almost half of the first quarter gone here. They give to Patterson, left corner. Looking for Forrester. Now the left elbow shot by Miller is no good. And battle for the rebound, loose ball. Got bodies going to the floor. Forrester went to the floor. Bertram went to the floor for Barren. And Forrester, not sure what she's done over there. I
think just readjusting all of her
knee brace, I guess. So
they're a scrappy little team. They get after it, hustle. They're all around the basketball.
They've lost a lot of close games. Record really deceiving, 7-10. Sparks with it out front against Bertram. Bounce pass off to the left side. Patterson. Ooh. So it was swatted away, and it'll stay with the Lady Raiders.
They gave the benefit of the doubt there. That ball didn't change direction or angles, I didn't think.
Patterson out of the side, looking inbounds. Ball knocked away by Bertram at midcourt. So he tried to feed it to Sparks. Went into the student section of Barren County across the way. Ball comes into Heimer. Heimer gets a screen from Sparks. Dribbles to the left side and swatted away by Bertram and out of bounds. She's pointing toward Barron's way. But
yeah, she's going to have to make it a little less obvious she knocked it out of bounds if she's going to sell a call.
Pass out to Patterson. Got to go chase it down out front of the right side. Patterson, crossover move. Gives to Sparks. Fakes. Goes into the key. Backs away now. Leaves it with Patterson again. 3:24 to go first quarter with an 8-4 Barren County lead. Right side it goes to Sparks. Sparks. Back out to Patterson almost to midcourt. Slings it left side. Got a moving screen against somebody. And it will be on Forrester of Warren East.
Slid right into the path. That was a good-looking play. They were trying to set up for a 3 off a flare cut, but they didn't get the screen set in time.
So the first foul on Forrester. That'll be 2 on the Lady Raiders here in the first half. As Mallory Pettigo handles the basketball against the 2-3 zone by Warren East. Bailey Pettigo. Ball knocked away, trying to force it in there to Bush, but Mallory Pettigo back out now to Bertram on the left side. Back to Mallory. Here's a turnaround shot by Mackenzie England that's no good. Kind of a quick trigger. Rebound to Patterson for East. Gets with the basketball up court to Heimer on the left side. Picks up her dribble, covered up by Mallory Pettigo. Gonna have to do something with it. The ball goes too wide, trying to go down low to Forrester. Out of bounds to Barren County with 2:44 to play here in the first quarter.
Picked it up in bad position, didn't have anywhere to go, and panicked and threw it out of bounds. Been stuck at 4-8 for a while.
Yeah. Mallory Pettigo with it. Right side it goes to Bailey Pettigo. Back out now to England. Back to Bailey Pettigo on the right wing. They get it in there to Mallory Pettigo, trying to go under. Throws up the shot. It's going to drop in. Tough shot.
Yeah, tough angle falling away, even though it's on our strong side.
10-4. Barren County with 2:20 to play here in the first quarter. And it goes in the middle to Patterson. Sends it left side, and a 3 in the air. Good for Heimer.
Good look. We just didn't rotate fast enough, and she was ready to shoot it.
Bertram. Right side out to Bailey Pettigo. A high arching 3. Swish.
Same thing exactly on our end. Quick, ready to shoot the basketball for a good pass.
And that's a People's Bank 3-point shot. 13-7, steal. Bailey Pettigo floats it up and in. Turnover by Warren East there quickly, 15-7. As the ball comes into play to Heimer. Heimer dribbles with the left hand, reverses back right. She's in a trap, needs help, and has to get rid of it off to Miller at the left elbow. Right side it goes to Sparks. Throws it up off the window. It's no good. Ball rebounded back to Sparks, going up, and a foul. Foul is on Bertram. Her first. That's Barren County's third of the half.
That's her first, team third.
And at the line is Kelsey Sparks for Warren East. First one is on the way, no good. Too strong off the back iron. Going to get some substitutions in the ball game for both teams. In for Warren East is Caitlin Joyner, a 6-foot senior, averages 2 points a game. In for Barren County, Carly Delka, 5'7" junior, and Katie Murphy, a 5'4" 7th grader. Free throw is up. It's good this time for Sparks, giving her first point of the ball game. 15-8. In for Warren East, Tanea Bailey, a 5'8" 8th grader for the Lady Raiders. Minute 28 to play before the quarter ends. 15-8 the score. Barren County on top. In the middle, Bertram gives it back to Bailey Pettigo. Right wing, high arching three right down the bottom of the twine.
That one on the left side, now one on the right side. Both of them good-looking shots.
Almost a steal by Katie Murphy in the back court. Those were like rainbow shots for Bailey Pettigo. Here's a shot going up, no good. Ball tapped out. Going to be chased down by Bailey. Three-pointer in the air, good. Makes it 18-11. On the other end, Bertram for the layup. Rolled off the rim. And Bailey Pettigo trying to get the rebound. Jump ball possession arrow to Warren East.
I think Elizabeth's going to get honored with her 1,000-point basketball a little bit here later, but she would have a lot more points if she would convert those fast break layups like she's missed a couple tonight already.
18-11, 48 seconds to go. Heimer is in a trap, trying to get out of it. Slammed it off to Patterson. A turnover, though. Bertram on the other end. Wide open layup is good.
Took a little more time. That one completely uncontested.
20-11. 33 seconds to play in the first. And it's Heimer racing down left side. Backs up, has the open look, and it's going to drop around and roll off the rim. Rebound put back up, no good. Forster back up again, no good. Too strong. Back up again, it's no good. And finally it comes off to Bailey Pettigo with 15 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Bailey Pettigo now down to 8, trying to go baseline. Throws it off in the right corner. Bertram at 3, narrow off the right side of the rim. Forster with the rebound for Warren East. 2 seconds, 1. Patterson, midcourt shot over the backboard. That will do it for the first period of play. After 1, it is Barren County 20, Warren East 11. We'll be back in a minute on 103.7 Nash Icon and ESPN 102.7. County High School, Jay Turner with Robert Bauer as we start quarter number 2. Sponsored by A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, reminding everyone, please don't text and drive. Well, it looked like it was going to be a low-scoring first quarter, and then everybody started shooting some threes toward the end, and that's a 20-11 lead for Barren County.
Yeah, both teams 2 3-point buckets there in the first quarter.
Bertram down low, Delk, and the foul, she just kind of turned, was going to chuck it up there. Foul going to be called against East. It'll be on Joyner. Her first and the Lady Raiders' third team foul. On the Coca-Cola scoreboard, Texas A&M leads Kentucky 14-9 with 13 minutes to play in the first half. Here's Delk's free throw, good.
That's one of those you almost don't know what the defender is supposed to do. Carly just turns and goes into the defender and initiates contact and gets her awarded going to the free throw line.
Right. Carly Delk hits both free throws. Barron 4 of 4 at the line. They've doubled the score up on Warren East at 22-11. Patterson gets rid of the basketball up to Bailey. Bailey, the 8th grader, gives it back to Patterson. Patterson had his smoke poked away from behind, and Bertram's got it. Dribbling around Heimer, throws it across, and it's deflected out of bounds by Patterson. Trying to go to Mallory Pettigo, the right baseline.
Made a comment earlier that they were really doing a good job beating our press. About as soon as I said that, it really started wearing on them, and I don't think they beat it since.
Mallory Pettigo, right of the bucket, goes inside there to Mackenzie England, and she's fouled going up.
That's another one of those. The defender was pretty much straight up. I think Mackenzie went into her, but she'll get a reward going to the free throw line like Carly did a while ago.
Caitlin Joyner's second personal foul. That's the 4th on the Lady Raiders here in the first half. That free throw spins off for Mackenzie England. 58% foul shooter on the year. Miller back in the ballgame for Coach Orlando Hayden. And Bertram checks out for Coach Piper Lindsay, Katie Murphy, and Mackenzie England back for the Trojanettes at the foul line. The shot goes up. It's good this time for her first point of the game. 23-11. Barren County. Heimer has it in the backcourt for East. And it's smacked away from behind. Loose ball, scramble for, and tied up. Going to be East basketball on the alternating possession. Forrester and England tied it up. 7:25 to go here in the first half. Barren County 23, Warren East 11. Patterson will toss it in right in front of us. Gets it in play to Bailey. Now Bailey on the dribble out front against Mallory Pettigo. Now it's picked up her dribble. Mallory Pettigo swiped it away from her, and then there's going to be another jump ball as Katie Murphy reached in on Kaylee Miller. It's going to be Trojanette ball in the alternating possession arrow.
Sloppy series there.
23-11, about a minute gone here in the second quarter. Right side is Murphy. Out to England, swings it left side to Mallory Pettigo. Out to Bailey Pettigo. Top of the key, back over to Mallory. They dump it down in there to Delk. She puts it up and didn't even draw iron on that one. Not sure if it got blocked.
I think so.
Had a bad angle on it. And then we're going to have a traveling violation on the other end by Bailey. So Barren County will get it back and cut it into a Trojanette lineup. Number 32, Eve Jackson, a 5'8 junior. And in for Warren East is Sparks. 6:47 to play here in the first half, 23-11. Bailey Pettigo off to England. Right side it goes to Mallory Pettigo. In the middle, and they give it to England, left of the lane. Jumper's no good. Patterson with the board for Warren East.
Still good look.
Up to Sparks. Sparks stops and pops, and it's no good. In and out. And rebound, Delk. Ooh, she goes to the deck. And we're going to get, jump ball?
Jump ball,
possession arrow to Warren East.
Held it up over her head. Warren East went in there and tied it up.
Patterson will toss it in for the Lady Raiders. Having trouble. Finally gets it in play to Heimer. Heimer over the left side of Sparks. Sparks circles around to the right side. Now sends it back off to Heimer on the left side of the key. Here's the lob down to Forrester. She puts it up. It's short. Gets her on rebound. Back up and in. And a foul.
That was a tough catch initially and a tough rebound after she threw it up, missed it, and hung with it. I'm, again, impressed with her sticking her nose in there, going in there and getting it.
That's her first team fourth.
Fourth point for Forrester. The foul on Carly Delk of Barren County. That is her first Trojanette's fourth team foul. And Forrester with a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. Puts it up, and it is good. She's perfect from the line, 3 out of 3. And the lead is 9 now for Barren County at 23-14. 6:08 to play here in the first half. Left side it goes to Bailey Pettigo. Cross-court pass over to Eve Jackson. Jackson bounces back out to Mallory Pettigo. Back over to Bailey Pettigo. Takes it down and hooks it back out to Mallory. Fakes a three. Dribbles it to the left side. Being picked up by Sparks out there. Now Mallory Pettigo, jumper, 15-footer is no good. Rebound put back up and in off the glass by Raven Ennis, who just checked in the ball game for Coach Piper Lindsay, a 5'7" freshman who averages 5 points a game for the Trojanettes. It's 25-14 Barren County. Right side Patterson. Patterson sends it out to Heimer. Over the left side, Sparks. Goes in the middle there to Patterson. Patterson working her way inside the lane, and a shot, got a foul call as she hit the deck. And they're going to put the foul on Ennis. That is her first, Barren County's fifth of the half.
Take away those 2 threes they threw in the first quarter. Warren East is really struggling to score, but we continue to put them at the free throw line.
Patterson puts it up and in. And that is her third point of the game. 25-15. And Patterson at the line for one more free throw toss. It's on the way, and it's too strong. Rebound to Forrester, had it knocked loose. Mallory Pettigo in there to tie it up. And possession arrow to the Trojanettes. Elizabeth Bertram returning to the Barren County lineup for Eve Jackson. So now we'll see Bailey Pettigo, Mallory Pettigo, Jalynn Bush, Elizabeth Bertram, Raven Ennis on the court.
The starters except for Raven there.
Bertram out of the right wing, giving it back to Mallory Pettigo against the Warren East 2-3 zone. Now Bertram fires it cross court, knocked away by Patterson and out of bounds. Patterson, Sparks, Heimer, Forrester, Miller on the court for the Lady Raiders. 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter. 25-15. Ennis out to Mallory Pettigo. Over to Bailey Pettigo. Taking it to the baseline. Throws it back out to Ennis. Swings it back over to Bertram on the left. Fires up a 15-footer that's short off the left side of the rim. Sparks with a rebound. Swatted away from behind by Bailey Pettigo. All right, up to the midcourt line. Tries to work it. Lobs it over to Ennis. Ennis. Ball skips off. Bertram chased it down. Back out to Mallory Pettigo. Right side it goes to Ennis. Back to Mallory Pettigo and Bertram over the left corner. Bailey Pettigo a three. No good this time. Going to have a whistle and a foul on the rebound. And they're going to put it on, looks like Jalynn Bush.
Number 25, Jalynn Bush.
That's her first. Barren County sixth of the first half.
Re-entering the Lady Raider lineup, number 20.
The lead was 9 at the quarter break. It's just 10 almost halfway through this quarter. We really have to do a better job extending that lead. You'd like for it to be more 15-18 as we go to halftime.
And Sparks has it against Bertram. Looking for help. Giving it out now to Patterson. Patterson now around the top of the key. We'll fire it up. 18-footer. Good. Patterson. Got a step back for the 18-footer. That's 5 points for her here in the first half. 25-17. Bertram working inside. Throws up the shot. I don't know how she got that one to go down. It went straight up in the air.
Losing her balance. Threw it up. It went through.
And 10 points for Elizabeth Bertram now. It's 27-17. Barren County with a 10-point lead. Sparks working right. Gives it to Bailey. Bailey curls into the key. Free throw line. Throws up the shot. Rims. Good.
Back-to-back buckets right there from that spot, the two different Lady Raiders.
Bailey with a 3 and a 2 already coming off the bench for the 8th graders. Straight away 3, good for Mallory Pettigo.
3 threes between the Pettigos tonight. That's more than we usually hit per game.
And it's 30-19. Barren County lead is 11. Sparks has it halfway to the corner on the right-hand side. Bounces it out now to Patterson. Patterson will throw it down low, and I don't know if anybody was there or not. Forrester, not sure, didn't see her from our angle. So a turnover by East. We'll give it back to Barren County. Mackenzie England coming back to the ball game, and Coach Piper Lindsay wants a timeout for the Trojanettes. This will be a 30-second timeout as we take a Coca-Cola timeout. Open a Coke and enjoy the game. We've got 3:08 remaining here in the first half with Barren County 30, Warren East 19. And on the Coca-Cola scoreboard, Kentucky leads Texas A&M 24-18 with a little over 8 minutes left to go in the first half. I don't have any other scores as far as high school goes. You might have something, Robert. Bowling Green South Warren. I'm kind of anxious to see how those two in that district matchup tonight at South Warren. Cumberland County and Clinton County as well.
We'll get some as we go throughout the night. A little early maybe for people to start posting scores.
Coach Orlando Hayden has brought in Olivia Price, a 5'10 junior, wearing number 30. And she came in for Patterson. Barren County with the basketball. Here's Mallory Pettigo, top of the key over the right side to Ennis. They send it around the perimeter over to Bertram on the left. Back out top, Mallory Pettigo. Can't penetrate. Bounce pass back to Bertram on the left wing. And they give it to England in the corner. 2-3 zone to Warren East. They go inside there to Ennis. Back out to Bertram for a three. It is no good. Ennis with the offensive board in the middle. Here's Bailey Pettigo. Gets tripped up. Ball goes out of bounds. And a foul going to be charged to number 24. That's Kaylee Miller of the Lady Raiders. Her first personal, number 5 of the Lady Raiders here in the first half. Comes out to Mallory Pettigo, Bailey Pettigo. Bertram, turnaround 10-footer, good. 12 points for Elizabeth Bertram, 32-19. Barren County. And almost a steal in the backcourt by Bertram. Bailey handling the pressure. And then Sparks at midcourt is trapped, but got rid of it off to Bailey in the corner. They give it to Price and over to Miller, left of the lane. Shot goes up, it's too strong. And Bertram with the rebound for the Trojanettes. Bertram sends it long down the floor. Bailey Pettigo goes underneath the basket. And I'm not sure if she stepped on the inline.
That's right. So she just stepped out of bounds. Warren East basketball.
So against full court pressure by Barren County. Comes into Bailey. Bailey is trapped. Deflected. Stolen by Mallory Pettigo. Dumps it off to Bertram. 10-footer left side. Won't go. Rebound put back up by Bailey Pettigo with the left hand on the right-hand side and banked it in.
Tipped it up over and we'll get another steal.
Mallory Pettigo goes under and lays it in. Now Orlando Hayden wants a timeout for Lady Raiders as Barren County now has jumped out to a 17-point lead with a minute 48 to play in the first half, leading 36-19.
That lead balloons quickly when Warren East is having trouble even getting it past half court into their flow of offense, but it's really wearing on them. The press is worn over them. I thought they're calm. They had settled down. They were running some sets, full court zone offensive sets early, and now they're just grabbing it real quick and trying to throw it in and beat us down the floor. And we're positioning ourselves to put them in bad situations where they're not handling the basketball well and therefore turning it over.
Warren East losing to Glasgow last night in the 2A sectional 55-30. They beat Warren Central in a district game on Friday night 42-30. And they've had you mentioned a quality win over Russell County 53-50. Beat Monroe County 72-55. Monroe County 55-29 among their victories. Here's a run out and going to have to chase it down, and Heimer does. And trying to backtrack into Ennis, throws it back out to Price on the left side. Gives to Miller at the free throw line. Miller now to Heimer. In the corners, Patterson. Thought about the three, drives into the paint, had it swiped away, but Sparks there to get it. And then it's knocked away in there. Here's Mallory Pettigo. Up court, Bertram. Bertram, layup, no, foul. And this will be on number 12. That is Heimer, her first. Warren East foul 6 in the first half, and Elizabeth Bertram at the charity stripe. 36-19. Barren County on top. A minute 31 left before the halftime break. Bertram hits the first. 3 for 3 tonight. E. Jackson and Katie Murphy returning to the Trojanette lineup for Raven Ennis and Mallory Pettigo. 37-19. And here's Bertram with a second shot. It rattles and stays down. 14 now for Elizabeth Bertram. Doubled up the score on Warren East at 38-19. Minute 25 to go before halftime. Sparks has got the basketball. Stops and pops. Blocked from behind by Bertram. England's got it. Gives it off to Bailey Pettigo. Right down the middle of the lane. Puts it up. It is good.
Basket, Pettigo.
Bailey Pettigo with 12 points here in the first half. Now the lead is 21, 40-19. Here's Heimer into the front court. She'll set things up. Left side it goes to Sparks. Sparks bounces it back out long to Heimer. Heimer will give it out to Patterson. Patterson around the top of the horn on the left side. Looking, reversing around, hands it back off to Sparks coming by her. Sparks gives it out to Heimer. Left side Patterson dribbles into the lane. Had it swiped away from her by Bertram. And now Bertram driving to the bucket. Throws it up. It is no good. Rebound, battle for, loose inside to give it back out to Bertram. Across it goes to England, and here's a shot by Jackson that's good. 10-footer on the right side. Eve Jackson gets her first 2 points of the ball game. And I believe Patterson may be shaken up a little bit here. I'm not sure if she got hit in the nose or what.
Right here.
I don't see any blood. But,
number 23, Emma Hughes, also returning.
Anyway, it's Warren East basketball. 27.5 seconds to go before the break, and Barren County leading 42-19. Emma Hughes has checked into the Barren County lineup, a 5'4" sophomore.
Number 1,
Andrea Hudson, a 5'5" sophomore, in for Warren East. 27.5 seconds to play here in the first half, 42-19. Barren County on top. Sparks has the basketball. Goes on the left side to Hudson. And now we're going to get a foul here. They tried to work it in there to Price. Eve Jackson will commit her first, number 7 of the Trojanettes. And so Warren East will be in the bonus with 17.8 seconds to go. And at the line is Olivia Price, who averages 3.4 points a game. And the shot goes up, and it's no good. Rebound to Carly Delk. Barren County with 15 seconds to play in the half. Katie Murphy swings it left side to Jackson. Jackson back out now to Katie Murphy. 6 seconds to play. Right side, it goes to Hughes. Back to Murphy. Over to Jackson. They're not even looking at the clock, and time will run out. Halftime here at Barren County. It is the Trojanettes 42 and Warren East 19. We will come back with a halftime report brought to you by Southern States of Glasgow and Horse Cave on 103.7 Nash Icon and ESPN 102.7. then be off a week before playing Allen County, Scottsville. 2 back-to-back district games and a week in between.
At this rate, you might just show up for a game since you've done so many the last couple of days.
That's true. Been a busy stretch here the last, 4 out of 5 nights. Warren East will have the basketball.
I'm not sure what Piper will do, but I'd give them a day off tomorrow. This time of the year, best practice sometimes is a day of rest, but with a win, they probably would deserve it.
Kelsey Sparks handles it for Warren East. Bounce pass left side over to Patterson. Patterson putting down the dribble. Throws it across in the corner. Heimer will fire a 3. It's off the mark. Chased down by Jalynn Bush for Barren County. Bounce pass off to Bailey Pettigo. Long pass down the floor. And it's Bertram flips it up and missed the shot. Trying to flip it up over her shoulder. And Mackenzie England trying to get the rebound. Going to be taken in there by Sparks of Warren East. Patterson pulls up the right elbow. Shot off to the right. And Bailey Pettigo trying to get it down the floor is going to be hammered. Because we had a wide open layup for Barren County on the other end with Bertram.
Yes, she's snowbird back again. Trying to get that wide open layup.
So the foul was on Heimer. Her second. That's the first one of the Lady Raiders here in the second half. Bertram right side, the corner. Bailey Pettigo, turnaround shot by England. No. Offensive rebound by Bush. Had it smack loose, trying to dig it out of there, and going to get a foul called against the Lady Raiders. They're going to put it on Caroline Forrester. And on Forrester, that'll be her second.
Foul zone number 25.
Number 2 of the Lady Raiders now.
That's her second.
50 seconds gone in the second half. Here's a 10-footer by Bertram off the window and in on the inbounds pass.
Literally found the middle of the zone. Not sure how she could have been any more dead center of it.
Pass deflected out of bounds by Bush. Tried to go long to Miller down underneath the basket. 44-19, Barren County.
Yeah, would I make a comment about 4 minutes to go in the second quarter? We were only up 10, so we finished up 23 and a half.
Wide open 3, left wing, way off the mark by Sparks. It's a heave down the floor to Bertram, flips it off to Bailey Pettigo. Shot blocked by Patterson. Comes out of there with it for Warren East. Patterson crossover move in the lane, throws it up, it's no good. Rebound tapped off to Mallory Pettigo. Lead pass up to Bailey Pettigo. Bailey Pettigo driving all the way to the bucket, lays it up and in. And now it's 46-19 Trojanettes. Patterson in trouble in the backcourt. Timeout by Orlando Hayden. With 6:32 to play here in the third quarter, 46-19. Barren County on top. This third quarter is brought to you by A.F. Crow and Son Funeral Home. Reminding everyone, please don't text and drive, as Coach Orlando Hayden took a full timeout, Coca-Cola timeout. And we'll update you on the Kentucky-Texas A&M game on the Coca-Cola scoreboard with about 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. It's Kentucky 40, Texas A&M 26.
A little separation there, as the girls are doing. Warren East having a hard time scoring. Yet to score here in the second half. But speaking of scoring, Bailey got that 1 point she needed. So she's at 1,001 for her career as a Trojanette. So added 2 to the list this year.
Yeah, so you got 2 on the same squad, scoring 1,000 or more points, and still more to come for both Elizabeth Bertram and Bailey Pettigo. Bailey Pettigo, the Campbellsville University signee, had 15 last night in the win over Thomas Nelson. Bertram had 18.
On her that 2004 team, I know Patrica was a 1,000-point scorer. Was Piper? I don't have that memorized, our 1,000-point.
I got to find that list somewhere. I don't think so.
I don't think she was either, but I'm sure she was close.
She was a very good defensive player, I know that. 46-19. Patterson's got it on the right wing for Warren East. They send it out to Heimer. Heimer angles off right, looking back left. Diagonal pass is broken up and back out to Patterson. Back over to Sparks. Back to Patterson. Patterson can't penetrate. They now fires it up from the free throw line. Got a whistle and a foul. So on Mallory Pettigo, her second.
Number 4, Mallory Pettigo.
Team's first of the second half. Patterson at the line, 1 of 2 tonight for the Lady Raiders. Puts it up, and it's good. Their 6th point of the game. 46-20, Barren County. Warren East came in ranked 10th in the region. Barren County number 1 in the region in one poll, 3 in another. Warren East number 11 in the Bowling Green Daily News prep poll. Second shot good for Patterson. That's her 7th point of the game. 46-21. Bailey Pettigo on the left side. Swings it across over to Bertram. Out front, Mallory. Back over to Bailey. In the middle, ooh, dangerous pass. Almost knocked away by Forrester. And then tried to go for the shot was Mallory Pettigo on the baseline. Hit the bottom of the backboard. What do we got here?
He actually hit the back of the backboard is what the referee said.
He didn't hit the side of it on this side. Trojanettes with full court pressure. Patterson almost stepped across the line, but gave it to Sparks. Now Sparks is trapped in the backcourt. In trouble. Steal. Bertram. Ooh. Goes up and she's fouled.
Sparks in a bad situation right there. She was trapped. Nobody came back to help. Elizabeth was the closest person to her. She got the assist, really, from Sparks.
Sparks' first personal, number 3 on Warren East. The free throw is good for Elizabeth Bertram. She's 5 of 5 from the charity stripe tonight. 17 points in the ball game. Eve Jackson checking into the Trojanette lineup for Mallory Pettigo. It's 47-21 Barren County. 5:39 to play here in the third period. Bertram fires it up, and it comes off. Rebound to Forrester. Sparks with it across the timeline. Driving left. Cut off by Bertram. Comes out to Patterson. Patterson gets a screen. Pulls up the right elbow. Jumper good for Patterson.
A good looking move. Coming off the screen right on the elbow.
9 points for Lucy Patterson. It's 47-23. 5:17 to play here in the third period. Bertram, cross-court pass over to Jackson. Can't shoot the 3. Bailey Pettigo fires it back over to Bertram on the left side. Trying to go to the baseline. Now throws it across the lane. Here's Jackson. Can't shoot. Here's a long 3. Good. Bailey Pettigo.
It's 3 rainbows she's been able to find the pot of gold with tonight.
That is her third People's Bank 3-point shot. People's Bank in Glasgow working for you. And Forrester has a shot blocked on her by Mackenzie England. In transition, Bertram throws it up. I don't know how the shot went down. She was almost underneath the basket when she threw it up there.
Elizabeth's made some crazy shots tonight. She's missed some easy shots, so I guess it kind of evens out the wash.
Haley Heimer, that's her third, team 4.
Haley Heimer picks up her third personal foul. That's number 4. Now the Lady Raiders here in the second half. Carly Delk is back in the game now for Coach Piper Lindsay. And Bertram at the line for Barren County, trying to get her 20th point tonight. Free throw is up, and it's too strong.
Had a chance to make it 30, but couldn't take it.
Miller with a rebound. Patterson, long pass down the floor. Here's Sparks shooting the 18-footer that swishes through the net.
Basket, Sparks.
Sparks gets her first field goal. Here's Bertram, right baseline, flips it up to the left hand and can't get it to drop, but the foul is called against Warren East.
When you're making passes like that, all the way from one side of the lane to the other, like we did multiple times last night against Thomas Nelson, that just tells you Warren East is tired, not really a good defensive guard position, and we're taking advantage of openings.
Yeah, when you see their hands on their hips, you know they're a little winded out there. Free throw's no good for Bertram. She's missed 3 in a row now. 52-25, Barren County. 4:28 to play here in the third quarter. And Bertram puts it in the air. This one's good. Gives her 20th point of the game. And it's 53-25. 4:28 left to play here in the third quarter. Patterson with the basketball for Warren East. Dribbles out front with it. Looking for Heimer. Can't find her. They go down in there to Forrester. Gives it back out to Patterson in the circle. Patterson fires a 15-footer. Good. Drilled it.
Basket.
It's 3 shots they made, I think, on the last 3 trips, all from about 15 feet.
53-27. England had it smacked into their hands but picked it back up. And then Murphy threw it away as Jackson was going up the baseline.
Just reversed it, thinking somebody was there, and there was nobody in the spot she reversed it to.
Sparks with it for Warren East. Cut off by Murphy. Back out to Patterson. Patterson driving, trying to force up the shot. Blocked in there. Went into the crowd with that one. Behind the back dribble, Bailey Pettigo lobs it to Delk, sends it to England. 14-footer, no. Rebound to Forrester. Foul going to be on Bailey Pettigo. Her second, Barren County second of the half. Raven Ennis checks into the Trojan lineup. She'll come in for Bailey Pettigo with 3:35 remaining here in the third quarter. Barren County 53, Warren East 27. Sparks for the Lady Raiders. A three by Heimer, no. Long rebound, chased down, and saved in bounds by Murphy. Delk throws it up court to Jackson. Jackson throws it across to Ennis and missed the shot from about 4 feet away, falling away.
Yeah, didn't have her balance.
And here comes Patterson with the top of the key. Swings over the left side to Heimer. Sends it down in there. It's picked off by Carly Delk. Try to go to Forrester with it. Murphy with it for the Trojanettes. Into the front court. Left side over to Ennis. Ennis back out to Murphy. Over to Jackson. Can't shoot. They go in the high post there to England. Back to Ennis. Back out to Murphy. Can't penetrate. Back over to Jackson. Three if it goes. It's off high. Patterson pulls down the rebound for Warren East. Long pass down the floor of the left side. Heimer fires a three. It's short off the left side of the rim. Chased down by Jackson and almost stolen away by Heimer. Saved it in bounds, but Jackson's got it. Murphy back of the pass. Ennis throws it up short. And Patterson with the rebound for Warren East. Pushing it down the floor for the Lady Raiders. Drives to the bucket. Lays it up. Missed it short. And England with the rebound off to Murphy.
Both teams missed layups they should have made there.
Pass deflected. Slapped back. And trying to go up with a shot was Jackson, and she's fouled. Going to put the Trojanettes at the line with 2:17 to play here in the third quarter. Foul is on Forrester, her third. That'll be number 6 on Warren East here in the second half. Eve Jackson at the line for Barren County. 2 shots. First one is on the way, and it's good. It's her third point of the game. And Jalynn Bush comes in for Mackenzie England with 2:17 to play here in the third quarter. Trojanettes up by 27.
Number 20, Bailey.
Caitlin Joyner back in the game for Warren East. Shot is missed. Rebound Delk. Back out to Jackson. Here's Ennis going up the baseline. Throws it up and in.
Much better move that time. Took her time, made sure she finished. Like that layup, she rushed a little bit while ago.
56-27. 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Ball going over the head of Bailey and out of bounds for Warren East. Turnover. Unforced gives it to the Trojanettes with 1:58 to play here in the third quarter.
One starter on the floor for us right now. Again, in a situation like we were in last night, we've got to finish. We've got to preserve the lead.
Ennis underneath the bush, and she puts it in.
It all started by centering the basketball. Katie Murphy got it centered and distributed it from there.
58-27. Trojanettes. Here's a three by Sparks. Comes up short. Battle for the rebound. Carly Delk shovels it off to Murphy. Barren County back the other way. Minute and a half to go, third quarter. Ennis on the left side. Down low is Delk. Kicks it back out to Murphy. Around it goes to Jackson. And now here's a shot by Bush. Comes up short. Delk try to go back up. She's fouled. Foul on 20. That is Bailey, her first. Warren East with 7 fouls here in the second half. And Carly Delk 2 for 2 at the charity stripe for the Trojanettes. Makes it 3 out of 3 now as she connects.
32-point lead. Is that our largest?
Yes, I think so. Second one bounces off the front of the rim. Ennis gets the rebound. Out to Murphy. Had an open look at a three. Didn't take it. Ennis drives. Kicks it back off. It's going to come back over the line as Jackson chases it down. And over and back call. A little sloppy with that one. And Warren East will get the ball. Minute 14.
I'd say our starters are done for the night. This group will finish out the quarter, and we'll see the young kids probably in the fourth.
Comes into Bailey, and it's Heimer with it. Trying to work it, reverses it back right. Fires up a long shot. It's no good. Jalynn Bush with the rebound. She's the only starter on the floor right now for Coach Piper Lindsay with a minute to go here in the third. Murphy, right side over to Ennis. Back out to Murphy. And ball batted away by Heimer at midcourt. Now Katie Murphy will handle it. Left side it goes to Jackson. Back to Murphy. Right side over to Ennis. Ennis back to Murphy. Goes back left side to Jackson. Bounce pass back to Murphy. And that ball is going to sail out of bounds. And it's tipped away.
Just throwing it back and forth around the top of the key right there. We can't. The only thing that's going to happen there is they're going to get the hand in the pass lane and get a layup out of it.
Ennis out to Delk. Swings it left side to Murphy. Murphy on dribble back out to Jackson. You go back to the right side. Back out front to Ennis. Left side Jackson. 25 seconds to play here in the third. Now Ennis gives it back out front. Murphy, left side over to Jackson. Back to Murphy. Right side Ennis. And a ball batted away and stolen. And it is Heimer feeding it down low, intended for Joyner. Slapped away out of bounds with 5.3 seconds to go. Bailey will toss it in for Warren East, left of the bucket. And finally get it into Heimer, and a foul on Eve Jackson.
Foul zone number 32.
Her second, that'll be Barren County's third of the second half. 4.2 seconds left in the third quarter. Bailey looks, gets it into Heimer on the left side. Throws up a shot and hit. Wow. That's a line driver by Haley Heimer. That ends the quarter. Barren County leads by 30 after 3 periods of play. 59-29 over Warren East. One more quarter to go with the girls game, and we'll be back on 103.7 Nash Icon and ESPN 102.7.
And number 35.
59-29. Barren County leads Warren East as we start the fourth quarter. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer. Sarah Kate Pettigo, our stat person tonight with the girls. So we head to the fourth quarter, brought to you by Southern States of Glasgow and Horse Cave.
Go back starters here. I would think it'd be for a very brief amount of time.
Bertram with the left side. Out to Mallory Pettigo. Swings it right side to Bailey Pettigo. Back to Mallory. Back over to Bertram. Cross-court pass and a 3-ball in the air by Bailey Pettigo is off the mark. Ball falls in the hands of Bertram. She throws it back up. It's blocked, and then Bush puts it back up and in.
Good move. She had a good block out down here on the defensive end, and that time she went up and got it. We got to get more out of Jalen plays like that through the rest of this year.
61-29. Bailey has it for Warren East. Getting pressure a little bit there from Bertram. Bailey just an 8th grader. She's going to be a good basketball player at Warren East. Sparks, top of the key. Angles off left against Mallory Pettigo. Gives it out to Bailey, top of the circle. Bailey goes down low. And there's a shot going up over the rim for Joyner. Long pass down the floor. Bailey Pettigo cashes it almost on the end line. Threw it back out to Mallory Pettigo. Over a minute gone here in the fourth quarter. They dump it down into England. They kick it back out to Mallory Pettigo, and she'll reset it.
I think we're 3 away from a running clock. That kick out would have got it, but didn't have her feet set. Couldn't get a good pass to her.
Mallory Pettigo, here's England with a jumper. No good. Bush puts it back up and in. 2 putbacks here in the fourth quarter for Jalen Bush, the senior. And it's 63-29. 34-point lead for Barren County. 6.5 minutes to go. Sparks trying to dish it off. It's deflected out of bounds underneath the Warren East bucket. (63-29) Barren County. As Bailey tries to inbound. Comes underneath. The shot put up, no good. England with a rebound. Fires it down the floor. Here's Bailey Pettigo in for the layup. It is no good. And Bertram with a rebound going back up. Flipped it back over the rim. Got a whistle and a foul. And it's going to be Barren County. And so the starters come out. Eve Jackson, Raven Ennis, Emma Hughes, Katie Murphy, Carly Delk in for Barren County. Foul was on Bailey Pettigo, her third, team's fourth of the second half. Bailey with the basketball for Warren East. Right side it goes to Sparks. Sparks looks back out to Bailey. Fires it over the left side to Heimer. 3 ball in the air, no good. Offensive rebound, put back up, air ball. And taken in there by Ennis, and they reach in to tie it up. Warren East will get it back on the alternating possession as Price reached in and tied it up on Raven Ennis. 5:52 to play. And Bailey lobs it in there to Joyner. Ball goes to the floor. Bodies go to the floor. And it's going to be Barren County's basketball. Possession arrow. 5:46 to play. Next field goal made by Barren County will start a running clock. Caroline Forrester going to get Lucy Patterson back in.
Entering the Lady Raider lineup, number 3, Mara Kiefer.
Mara Kiefer, 5'6" sophomore, checks in for the first time tonight for Coach Orlando Hayden.
Put 3 starters back in and fresh player.
Raven Ennis out to Murphy. Over to Jackson, another right wing. Back to Murphy. Swings it left back over to Ennis. Ennis back out to Murphy. Over the right side, Jackson. Back over to Ennis. Ennis can't shoot. Throws it in the middle there to Jackson. Bounces back to Murphy. Back over to Ennis. 3 ball to the air is bouncing off. And a rebound is picked up by Patterson.
Can't quite get that bucket for the running clock.
Patterson stops and looks and feeds it back off, and Heimer had to go chase it down. So we come down to the 5-minute mark of the ball game. Patterson with it on the right side. Patterson dumps it down in low. Batted loose in there and up with a shot. No good. Going to get a foul. Going to put Forrester at the line.
Foul is on number 20, Raven Ennis.
Raven Ennis, second personal. Number 5 of the Trojanettes here in the second half. Caroline Forrester, 3 for 3 at the stripe tonight. 5 points in the first half, has not scored here in the second half. Shot goes up and it rims off. 4:55 left to go. Second game tonight, Barren County Trojans and the Warren East Raiders. Forrester back up at the charity stripe. And it's on the way. She got it. 63-30, 4:53 to play the game. Katie Murphy off to Ennis. Swings it down to the left corner. It's Hughes. Ball's kicked. Ennis had an open look at the basket.
Just reversed it automatically. Didn't look for an opening down the lane.
Murphy to toss it in, left baseline. Gets it out to Eve Jackson. Jackson dribbles it out. Circles around to the right. Straight away over to Murphy. Murphy wants to penetrate, left of the lane, gives it off to Ennis. Ennis back to Murphy in the left corner, back to Ennis. Over goes to Jackson, down in the corner. Here's Hughes for 3, air ball. Patterson's got it for Warren East. 4:25 to play. 63-30, Trojanettes on top. Patterson, and that ball gets loose. Must have went off somebody's foot. Apparently Patterson lost it out of bounds, went off the back of Murphy's foot, and then Patterson tried to chase it down and then lost it.
It's been really sloppy at times. Been stretches where we've scored a lot of points in a short amount of time, and then we went kind of, as Warren East was sloppy, we joined in with them.
Hughes over the right side to Murphy. In the middle, Ennis. And the ball's deflected. Turnover by Barren.
We're in one of those stretches right now.
4 minutes left in the game. Here's a 3-ball. Good from the right side of the floor by Haley Heimer. And that is her second 3 of the ball game. Lead is 63-30 now. Or 63-33. 30-point lead. Another turnover by Barren. Heimer with it for Warren East. Right side it goes to Patterson. Patterson deep on the right side. Circling back around to the top of the key. Picks up her dribble. And goes left side with it over to Kiefer. Kiefer had it smacked loose by Jackson. Here comes Carly Delk racing down the floor with it. Delk drives, throws it up. It is good.
Good move to the hoop.
It's her first field goal tonight. 3 of 4 from the charity stripe.
I know our coaching staff's a little frustrated with this group because they've been turning over just like with the basketball, but they've got to play. They got to learn. And you got 4 seniors that won't be here next year.
Right.
You got to replace.
Kiefer with it right of the lane, trying to force up a shot. Foul. And they're going to put it on Emma Hughes. Barren County, that is her first, number 6 of the Trojanettes here in the second half. And Mara Kiefer at the free throw line for Warren East. 2 shots. First one on the way, short. Barely drew iron on that one. One more for Kiefer. On the way, and it's off the front of the iron. Delk with a rebound for Barren. Katie Murphy into the front court. Left side, Ennis. Out to Jackson. Back over to Ennis on the left side. Out to Delk. Back to Ennis. Leaves it in the corner with Hughes. Back around the perimeter, goes back to the left side to Ennis. Fires up a 15-footer, air ball. 2:35 to play. And Patterson hands it off out there to Heimer. Heimer reversing, pivoting around, throws up the shot, and is going to roll in. Heimer with her 10th point of the game, averaging 8 on the season. Timeout by Warren East. There'll be a full timeout. 2:24 to go in the ball game, so we take a Coca-Cola timeout. Barren County 65, Warren East 35. Been an even 4th quarter, point-wise. Trojanettes with 6, Warren East with 6. And we'll go to the Coca-Cola scoreboard here. Early in the second half, 18 minutes to play. Kentucky 48, Texas A&M 38.
And a couple others as we go. Halftime, Allen County up 13 over Franklin Simpson in a girls' game. 28-15. Metcalf County up over Monroe County, I think at the end of the 3rd quarter by 22, 52-30. Nothing for Bowling Green. There we go. 42-41 with 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter between Bowling Green and South Warren. So that's a close game.
Wow.
As you thought it would be an interesting game. See if there's any updates. Yep, here's the update. Going overtime. 44-44, South Warren Bowling Green.
Wow.
So, pretty even matchup. We got to wait. Again, I said this is a quirky schedule this year for some reason. We got to wait all the way to February to play Bowling Green. Usually we play them this week, but be maybe a more telling matchup later in the season between 2 top region teams.
Katie Murphy with the basketball over the Trojanettes. Bounce pass over the right side to Ennis. Ennis goes down to the corner to Hughes with 3. It's going to come off. Rebound to Bailey for Warren East. Bailey out of the right side of the floor. Changes dribbles, goes left. Now back right. Leaves it out there with Hudson. Hudson reversing back to the right side. Bounce pass over to Bailey. 3 in the air. Spins out. And Delk with a rebound for the Trojanettes. Gets with the basketball to Murphy. Murphy pushes in the front court. Lobs it down underneath Jackson. Couldn't get the shot. And rebound to Warren East. Minute 42 to play. Bailey on the right side. Ball tapped away, out of bounds.
Entering the Trojan lineup, number 3, Liberty Rice.
Going to get Liberty Rice in the ball game. 5'4" sophomore. Addison London, a 5'6" freshman.
Number 10,
Graceland Louise, a 5'9" freshman.
And
number 2 is Emma Stewart, a 5'5" freshman in the ball game. Will join Emma Hughes out of the court. Bailey gives to Hudson. Hudson over the left side. Reverses back out. Gives it back out to Bailey. Bailey dumps it down low. Picked off in there by Graceland Louise. She gives it off now to Stewart. Now here comes Liberty Rice with the ball. 1:14 left in the game. London back out to Rice. Right side it goes to Hughes. Back out front, London. Over to Rice. Rice will bring it back out front. 1 minute to play in the game. Left side, Stewart. Back out front to Hughes. Right side it goes to Rice. Rice trying to split the defenders. Throws up the shot, and it's good. Liberty Rice, 67-35. Barren County with 48 seconds to play. And Warren East with some new players in the ball game. Natalie Harrell, number 15. Also 33 is Naima Shawn, 5'10 junior. And I want to make sure I don't miss anybody out there.
Mallory and Bailey Pettigo, today is their 18th birthday.
We got Andrea Hudson in the ball game.
Wish them a happy birthday.
And number 3, Kiefer. She's been in there earlier. Here's Bailey over the left side now to Harrell. Back out to Bailey over the right side. They give it to Hudson. Hudson down in the corner, covered up by Rice. Back out to Bailey, 20 seconds to play. They dump it down low. And it's blocked in there, loose ball scramble, and jump ball possession arrow to Barren County. She tied up Shawn.
Fouls on number 33.
I think you got everybody there for both teams.
Actually, they called a foul. I thought it was going to be a jump ball.
I did too.
So anyway, Emma Hughes will be at the line for Barren County. Foul was on Shawn of Warren East. Emma Hughes, free throw is bouncing in. All over the rim and goes down. 68-35 with 15.6 left. Hughes back in the charity stripe for the bonus. It's on the way, and she got it. 69-35, Trojanettes, 14 seconds to play. Working with it is Harrell, and say she lost it out of bounds. 10 seconds left. 34-point lead that ties the largest of the ball game for Barren County as we get the final 10 seconds. Rice, and threw it to Hughes. She wasn't looking for it, but Rice got it back. Stewart, there's Graceland DeWeese, fires an air ball, and that will do it for the ball game. Barren County wins it 69-35 over Warren East. Lady Raiders dropped to 7 out of 11 on the year. Barren County Trojanettes go to 14-2. We will come back with a CPC Commodities post-game report. CPC Commodities, proven at our farm, made for yours, right here on 103.7 Nash Icon and ESPN 102.7. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Talk about some of the doubleheaders going on tonight. Russellville at Caverna, Cumberland County at Clinton County, Monroe County at Metcalfe County, Bowling Green at South Warren. Just found out that Bowling Green girls defeated South Warren in double overtime, 53-46. And one single girls game, well, actually a couple. Logan County's at Edmondson County, Allen County, Scottsville, and Franklin Simpson in the 2A sectional. Some boys games tonight. Hart County at Campbellsville, Todd Central at Greenwood, Warren Central at Hopkinsville, Russell County at McCreary Central.
Yep, 4 finals if you want them now.
Let's do it on the Coca-Cola scoreboard.
So that Cumberland-Clinton game you mentioned, Clinton won in the girls matchup by 10, 43-33. Allen County girls beat Franklin Simpson 53-33. And you mentioned Bowling Green in double overtime over South Warren, 53-46. And the last one is Metcalfe won 69-43 over Monroe County, our opponent on Friday night.
All right. We'll come back, take a look at tonight's starting lineups in a moment. Brought to you by SCRTC. Get things started with SCRTC's fast and reliable internet speeds today. It's the Barren County Trojans and the Warren East Raiders on 103.7 Nash Icon and ESPN 102.7. Starting lineups for the Warren East Raiders under fifth-year head coach Brandon Combs. His assistant coaches are Darius Barnett, Robert Franklin, Jimmy Jones, Casey Napier, and Andrew Peters. Dante Barber, 6-foot senior, averaging 12.5 points a game. Thomas Maxey, 5'10 senior, averaging 9.4 points a game. Bryson Wallace, a 6-foot senior, 8.8 points and 5 rebounds. Ryan Carter, 6'3 junior, 8.6 points and 6 rebounds. And Caleb Matlock, a freshman, who averages 8.8 points a game for the Warren East Raiders. Barren County Trojans, the 11th-year head coach Warren Cunningham, as assistant coaches Matt Gardner, Lee Johnson, Jared Browning, Will McCoy. Gavin Withrow, 5'9", 148-pound sophomore, averaging 8 points a game. Landon Key, a 5'11 senior, averaging 5.2 points a game. Will Bandy, 6'6", 216, a junior, 16.8 points, 5.6 boards. Aiden Niken, 6'4", 190 freshman, averaging 10.5 points and 7.2 rebounds. Mason Griggs, 5'11", 136, and a freshman, averaging 4.8 points a game for the Trojans. We'll get set for the Farmers RECC Jackie Browning Memorial opening tip-off coming up here in just a little bit. And our first quarter of action sponsored by Citizens First Bank. Citizens First, come grow with us. And the officials for tonight's game, The same three we had in the girls' game earlier. Scott Daniels, Kerry Wenders, and Barry Ballou. And if you missed the girls' game tonight, Barren County defeated Warren East 69-39.
Yep.
So we'll see how this one goes. East trying to go up above 500. Barren County trying to get to 500 with a win tonight.
As you mentioned in the stats and look through things, indicates a pretty even matchup. So it should be a fun game. Hopefully our kids are ready to come out here and get the job done. Have a good shooting performance. Always think you shoot a little bit better at home where you practice and have a feel for the background of the arena. So hopefully we can get some guys off to a good start tonight.
Warren East down to a right, light gold with blue numbers and letters. Blue and white trim down the side. Barren County to our left, home white. Burgundy and gold numbers and letters with Trojans scripted across the front of their jerseys.
That is about the gold color of our uniforms from about the mid-90s.
Yeah.
Mid to late 90s.
That's right. That is right. And a decent crowd here tonight for a Tuesday night. I expect a whole lot bigger crowd coming in here Friday night.
Yep.
For a big district double letter in Monroe County. Warren East fans back behind us here. And again, we appreciate all of you listeners, Warren East listeners, tonight on ESPN 102.7 in Bowling Green.
A lot going on Friday night. You got the baseball chili supper right before the game, starting at 5:30, and then you got the 2004 team recognized in between games, 2004 girls team. So you got a busy night Friday night.
Yep.
This is our first full week back to school, so after an almost 3-week break.
I think next week is junior beta, so only be 3 days of school next week, and then only 4 the following week with Martin Luther King Day Monday, so a 5-day weekend coming up next week.
Got a scheduled break. I don't think there's any unscheduled breaks on the horizon with the forecast. Looks pretty solid, even though it's going to drop about 30 degrees tonight. I don't think there's any precipitation with it.
Over the weekend, they're talking about a little frozen precipitation, but I don't think it's supposed to amount to much. In the jump circle, it's Ryan Carter for Warren East, Aiden Niken for Barren County. Trojans moving left to right here in the first half. Warren East becoming right to left. And Scott Daniels would toss it up. Here we go. That'll be controlled by the Trojans. Gavin Withrow will handle the point. Works against Maxey out front. Withrow getting a lot of pressure from Maxey. Right side it goes to Bandy. Back out now to Withrow. Withrow here on the near side. Aiden Niken comes to set a screen. Withrow wanted to go the other way though. Hands it off to Niken. Niken spins away, drives into the paint, and they reach in to tie it up. Bryson Wallace reached in to tie it up, and it's going to be Warren East basketball. As Carter will toss it in. Comes into Maxey. He'll handle the point for Coach Brandon Combs. Maxey sends it left side over to Barber. Barber wants to drive. Aiden Niken trying to cut him off, and he did. He had to hook it way back out, almost to midcourt to Maxey. Now Maxey dumps it inside there as Ryan Carter trying to go for the shot. Going to be an offensive foul. Landon Key taking the charge, and Carter, his first, Warren East, first team foul. They're going to pick up a little bit of pressure in the backcourt. Comes into Mason Griggs. Coach Warren Cunningham going with 2 freshmen, a sophomore, a junior, and a senior in the lineup tonight. Left side it goes to Key. Key looking. And he's covered up, going to have to do something with it. Pivots around, gives it back to Withrow. Over it goes to Griggs. Griggs wants to drive. Cut off down to the baseline. Gives it in there to Niken. Slices his way in. Puts it up and in. It's going to count it a foul.
Under control. Took himself to the rim that time. Up through traffic. That's what we need out of Aiden. We don't need the out-of-control stuff.
Right.
We just need him to be strong, use his strengths, and go to the rim.
Free throw's good for Niken. 3-point play. 3-0. Barren County, a little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. As Maxey handles a basketball for Warren East out of the right side of the floor. Double screen out top. He drives, he spins, a little out of control. He travels.
2 trips for Warren East. We get them to commit a charge and then a walking violation. So we'll give them 2 turnovers and 2 trips.
Gavin Withrow with it for the Trojans. He sends it off now to Griggs. Griggs out front, left side over to Bandy, pulls the trigger for 3. It is in and out. Nyken with a rebound, sticks it back in.
Good offensive put back there, but Nyken high up. Our size is an advantage, and that was way we could use it there.
Nyken with all 5 points for Barren County. Maxey with it for Warren East. Left side it comes for a long 3 that is no good for Matlock. Bandy with it for the Trojans. Sends it down to Griggs. Griggs out to Nyken. Nyken trying to make his way down in the lane. A whistle, traveling violation on Nyken.
That's one of those situations he just got to catch it. His eyes got really, really big because the lane was so wide open. He thought about stuffing it. You got to catch it and then just make a solid move.
Maxey with the basketball. A little over 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Long bounce pass right over to Matlock. Matlock looking. And ball skips away. Withrow's got it for the Trojans. Withrow lobs it back over to Nyken. Lays it up and in.
Good assist by Gavin. Put it where only Aiden could go get it. He did.
7-0. Trojans on top. Raiders with the basketball. Maxey's got it out front. Maxey between the circles wants to drive to the right side. He's cut off, has to backtrack it out. Now still on the dribble. Carter comes to set a screen. They try to switch off on him. Ball's deflected, goes through the hands of Carter and out of bounds.
That's 4 turnovers already for Warren East, and we haven't played 3 minutes. They've only got 1 shot attempt, and that was a deep 3 right here in front of us.
Will Bandy was tying a shoelace, reason why we had a little delay there. Withrow with it for giving it on a Bandy post on the left side. Griggs driving, cut off by Carter, back out to Bandy. Now Bandy in the left corner has to do something with it. Needs somebody to come get it. Comes out to Griggs. Griggs trying to penetrate, can't go. Landon Key on the right side. Now Key trying to penetrate, he can't go. Gives it to Withrow. Pull-up jumper, 17-footer, off, no. And it's going to be rebounded by Maxey. Here come the Raiders. Down the right side, Matlock, the freshman, spin move, whistle, foul. Freshman guarding the freshman out there, and Griggs is going to be caught with a foul for Barren County, his first, team's first. Maxey with it for East. Down in the corner, a 3-point try, no good. Long rebound, chased down, and coming up with it was Barber. Here's another long 3, good for Matlock.
It's only been 10 plus 3s, and they've been deep 3s.
They shot 29 last night against Glasgow and hit 11 of them. Here's a steal on the other end. Here's a layup, and it's going to be blocked. Foul on Nyken. His first, team second. And that's going to send to the free throw line for Warren East, Bryson Wallace.
You get the good with Aiden, and then we'll call it you get the growing pains with Aiden. That's a growing pain turnover. They're trying to dribble in between traffic.
Bryson Wallace, a 53.5% foul shooter for Warren East. Puts it in the air, and it's no good. Barren County 7, Warren East 3. 4:27 to play here in the first quarter. Wallace steps back up to the free throw line for the Raiders. Wallace puts it up there, and it's going to bounce in. 7-4, and now the Raiders pick up with some pressure. As Withrow has it in the backcourt, gives it over to Nyken. Nyken back to Withrow. Withrow. Jump pass back to Nyken, gets it across the line, leaves it down to the corner with Bandy. Bandy brings it up, gives it to Withrow, over goes to Griggs. Griggs spins, over goes to Key on the left wing. Now Key brings it back out. Wants to drive with it now. Throws it off in the corner to Griggs, out to Bandy, and he walks.
Yeah, big time walk there. It's man full pressure, and they drop back into man in the half court. They do a really good job helping, though.
So the Raiders will get the basketball. Will Bandy tying a shoelace again.
It's a double knot, those guys. 4 turnovers apiece.
4 minutes to play in the first. 7-4. Barren County leading Warren East. And we got a whistle. What do we got?
I have no idea. Clock didn't start. Or he's going to come over and adjust it down 3 seconds to 3:59 to 3:56.
Carter will toss it in across the way near midcourt. Comes out to Maxey. Maxey still on the dribble. Gets a screen from Carter. Now gets it into Carter. The pump fake forces up the shot, foul call. And I'm not sure who they called it on. Find out here in a second. Landon Key. His first, team's third. And that's going to send Ryan Carter to the free throw line for Warren East. 6'3" junior, puts it up, it's good. Carter only a 54.5% foul shooter, but he canned that one. As Tay Pointer, 6-foot freshman. Tyler Bush, a 6'1" junior. Check into the Trojan lineup for Coach Warren Cunningham. Carter back of the line for his second free throw shot. It's on the way too strong. Rebound comes off to Bush. Bush stops and gives to Pointer on the left wing. Out to Withrow. Fires in the middle. There's Bandy. Dribbles out to the right corner. Now Bandy's picked up his dribble. Goes to Niken. Niken working his way in the lane. Forces up the shot. No. Trying to get his own rebound. Does. Falling backwards. Throws it up. And it came out. It went halfway down. It came out of there. Warren East. Barber. Off with a shot going up. It is no good. Going to get an offensive foul on Bryson Wallace.
Number 11, Wallace.
That'll be number 3 on the Raiders. With 3:15 to play here in the first quarter. Gavin Withrow crosses the midcourt line. Left side it goes to Pointer. Bluffs the 3. Out top, here's Bandy. Back over to Pointer. Drives, cut off, down to the corner by Barber. Back out to Bush. Bush trying to make a move to the right side. Gives to Withrow. Back out to Pointer. Pointer trying to make a move. Left of the lane. Bounce pass off to Niken. Goes baseline. Reverses it up. Missed the shot. Battle for the rebound. And it is going to be out of bounds off of Wallace. So Barren County will keep it. Michael Harbison checking into the Trojan lineup. 6'3", 175 senior for Aiden Niken.
That's one we'd really like to have. He was high up there at the rim, just couldn't get it over the rim.
Aiden Niken comes out, has scored all 7 points. Here's Pointer pulling the trigger. Good for 3.
Ball in bounds, came right back, got it. Knocked down that 3.
Peoples Bank 3-point shot for Tay Pointer, and Barren County leads at 10-5 over Warren East. So it comes out to Wallace. He'll give it to Carter straight away. Carter now gives it back to Barber. Fakes, drives, spins against Bush. Throws up the shot. Good.
Just finagled his way a little bit around Tyler Bush. Pretty good defense though, overall for their first 2-point bucket.
10-7. Pointer from the right wing 3. It's in and out. Rebound to Bandy. Bandy trying to go back up. Got foul. No whistle. Then Pointer puts it back up and in off the window.
Tay, instant offense off the bench with that 3 and then the putback.
And you're talking about all 12 points coming from 2 freshmen here in the first quarter. Barber with it on the right side for Warren East. Bounce pass in the middle. Here's Carter going up against Bandy. He put it in.
By Carter.
12-9. Minute 38 to play. First quarter. Withrow over Pointer. Pointer spins. Can't shoot. Bounces off to Harbison. Cut off down low. Threw it away. Here comes Wallace with it for Warren East. Wallace driving, it won't count. Foul is going to be out on the floor.
Number 3,
Gavin Withrow, his first, and number 4 on the Trojans here in the first half. Aiden Niken returning to the Trojan lineup. Mason Griggs also coming back in. In for Warren East is Seth Blaine, number 32, a 6'3" sophomore, averages 2 points a game. Ball comes out to Blaine. Blaine looking now to Wallace, left of the key. Right side it goes to Matlock, and he'll hand it off out there to Barber. Minute 10 to play here in the first quarter. Now Barber spinning against Bush, top of the key, wants to work, pull up jumper, 15-footer, short. Rebound to Michael Harbison for the Trojans. Harbison driving all the way to the bucket, lays it up and in, coast to coast. Michael Harbison, the senior. A 14-9 Barren County lead with 50 seconds to play here in the first. Maxey with it out front for Warren East. Maxey out of the right side. Guarded by Griggs out front. Wants to drive. Going. Ooh, a collision here. And, they're going to call a block this time. Looked like it was a charge, but so Tyler Bush will get the foul, his first, team's fifth.
Might be one of those we're 2 out of 2 on charge calls, and if they make it 3 out of 3, wouldn't be quite even.
Probably not. Thomas Maxey at the line. Senior puts it up, it's no good. He's a 57% foul shooter for the Raiders. Kentucky leads 79-71 with 1:33 to play. Now make it 80-71 over Texas A&M. Second shot missed. Knockin with a rebound. Maxey goes 0 for 2 at the stripe. They're now 2 of 6 here in the first quarter.
Had a pretty good first quarter ourselves. Sorry, we'll see if we can close it out. Last shot here.
14-9, 20 seconds to play in the quarter. Griggs with the basketball out front. Griggs works against Maxey. Bounce pass off to Pointer. Pointer now picks up his dribble, needs some help. Somebody's going to have to come get it. There's Tyler Bush. Tyler Bush driving, jumper in the lane, floater no good. And it's picked up by Maxey. He had it knocked loose, got it back. Time's going to run out. And that will do it for the first quarter. After one, it's Barren County 14, Warren East 9. We'll come back with the second quarter in a moment on 103.7 Nash Icon and ESPN 102.7. Barren County leads Warren East 14-9 as we start the second quarter. The second quarter sponsored by A.F. Crow and Son Funeral Home. Reminding everyone, please don't text and drive. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer. Trojans with the basketball. Here's Mason Griggs. Handles it out front. Gives it over to Pointer on the left side. Pointer to the left elbow. Comes out to Harbison. Back to Pointer. He's open. 3 in the air. No good. Rebound to Maxey. Warren East coming back the other way. Maxey, one-on-one move against Griggs. Can't shoot. Gives it out now to Barber. Barber spins into the lane. Bounce pass underneath. Shot goes up. It is no good. Offensive board. Put back up. No good. Seth Blaine got fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line for the Raiders. Foul is on Barren County's Michael Harbison. His first, team sixth. And Blaine at the line. Jackson Harrell is in the ball game now. 6-foot senior, averaging 4 points a game. The free throw's good for Blaine. 14-10 as Will Bandy checks back into the Trojan lineup, replacing Michael Harbison.
Trojans shot 6 of 14 for 43% there in the first quarter compared to just 3 of 6 for Warren East. Only 6 shot attempts for Warren East. They turned it over 4 times. We turned it over 5.
Second shot's good for Seth Blaine. Pulls Warren East back within 3 at 14-11 as Bryson Wallace returns to Brandon Combs' lineup.
Yeah, that offensive rebound and the free throws because of it pulls him back within a one-possession game.
Also in Sam Wheeler, 5'8" sophomore, number 1 for the Raiders. And here is Niken, fouled. And he was double-teamed. The foul on 11, and that is Wallace, his second, team's 4th. And now number 13 for Warren East. Dawson Doyle. I think I had him down for 24 tonight for some reason. Doyle's a 5'10" senior. There's like 7 seniors on this Warren East club. Griggs works out between the circles. Wants to drive, one-on-one, spins, fall away shot, banked in off the window. Freshman getting the People's Bank shot. make it 16-11 Barren County. Maxey working around to the right side. Leaves it off and a 3-ball in the air. Bounces off the rim. And the Trojans battle for it. Reverse up and in. Jackson, or rather, excuse me, that is Sam Wheeler getting the bucket. Griggs in the backcourt. Working against Maxey. Gets it across the line. Splits the defenders. Then we're going to get a foul as Griggs was headed toward the bucket. Had a big gap there. Foul on Maxey. His first, team's 5th of the half. Gavin Withrow back in the game. Landon Key and Caleb Hester is checked into the Trojan lineup now. 5'11" junior. 16-13. Barren County lead is 3. Comes into Niken. He'll hand it off out front to Withrow. Withrow working against Maxey. Right side, Bandy turns and fires a 3. It's off the mark. And we got a whistle. Somebody pushed off underneath the basket. Well, they're going to put it on Aiden Niken. That's his second. Team's 7th. And so Warren East in the bonus for the rest of this half. 6:30 to play here in the second quarter. And that's going to put Jackson Harrell at the free throw line. He'll get 1 in the bonus. Harrell's a 62.5% foul shooter on the season for the Raiders. Shot goes up, and it's off the front of the iron. Rebound to Harbison. Gives to Withrow. Withrow set things up. Left side is Key. Key wants to make a move. Bounce pass across over to Bandy. Little 8-footer is way off the mark. Rebound taken by Harrell for Warren East. Here comes Maxey. Sends it down to the left corner to Sam Wheeler. Wheeler is going to be fouled. That's 2 on Gavin Withrow. 8 on the Trojans here in the first half. Maxey's going to check out for Warren East. Got Barber back in. And now with 2 starters on the bench, Withrow and Niken, Mason Griggs checks back in for Gavin Withrow. Free throw in the air, good for Sam Wheeler.
It's going to be an interesting 6 minutes for the Trojans to see how we can persevere through some foul trouble, and not a great start to the second quarter with them having a shot to pull within 1.
Hits them both, and it is 16-15. Trojans now with a 1-point lead. Caleb Hester in the backcourt shovels it off to Griggs. Griggs brings it across, heads toward the paint, and a foul on the Raiders. Going to be on Wheeler. His first, that's Warren East, 6-team foul and a half. Barren County's basketball comes down the corner to Key. He'll give it out to Griggs. Griggs dumps it back to Bandy. Turnaround jump shot, free throw line off to the right. Barber with the rebound for Warren East. Barber. Crossover move. Leaves it out there with a wide open 3. That is good for Dawson Doyle. That gives Warren East the 18-16 advantage with 5:33 to play here in the first half. And a timeout by the Trojans.
I mentioned a poor start to the second quarter for the Trojans, and that continues. We're just 1 of 5 shooting. We've given up more rebounds in this 2.5-minute stretch to Warren East than they had the whole first quarter. That's 7 rebounds for the Raiders, 2 of them offensive. That gave them 4 points, and part of the reason, add that to their 3 they just hit, the reason they're up by 2, turning around a 5-point first quarter deficit. So been outscored by 7 already in this quarter.
Yeah, 9-2 run by Warren East. Ball comes into Griggs. 5.5 minutes left here in the second period. Griggs gives it off to Hester on the left side. Hester bombs it out to Key. Around to the right it goes to Griggs. Griggs throws it behind him back to Bandy. Bandy spins, fall away, off balance, and it was blocked, and Hester puts it up and in.
Caleb running right down the middle of the lane, collected that one.
Tied at 18. 5:07 to play here in the first half. Barber goes left side with it over to Harrell. Back out now to Barber. Barber wants to make a move on Key. Can't. Gives it over the right side now to Doyle. Doyle, who hit the three a little bit ago to give Warren East the lead. Here's a shot off the glass. No good. And rebound out of bounds off the hands of Blaine for Warren East. Blaine's going to check out of the game and is replaced by Ryan Carter, who scored 3 points in the first quarter. A lot of pressure on the court by Warren East. Landon Key being chased out there as works against his defender Barber. Barber trying to reach in to swipe it away, but Key drives the basket underneath the Bandy and he lays it in.
The crowd, Bandy was left wide open under the bucket. Needed that one.
And a palming the basketball call against Sam Carter of Warren East gives it right back to the Trojans with 4:29 to play here in the first half.
First turnover by either team here in the quarter.
Barren County leads it 20-18. 4:29 to play here in the second period. As Griggs handles the basketball, here's Bandy. Wants to drive, cut off, makes a move, a little hook shot up and in. They're going to count it. One-hand shot there by Will Bandy. Gets his second field goal of the half. Actually in this quarter, foul is on Carter, his second, team 7. So a 4-point lead for Barren County, 22-18. Free throw's good for Will Bandy. 3-point play the old-fashioned way. He's got all 5 points in the second quarter. And now Barren on a 7-0 run. At 4:20 to play here before the half. Maxey's back on the court now. Got Maxey, Blaine, Barber. Also Matlock's back in the game as well for Coach Brandon Combs. He's driving, going to the basket, puts it up, no. Rebound to Bandy. Bandy stops, looking for help. Baseballs in a crossover to Hester. In the middle now to Griggs. Griggs trying to make a move out to Landon Key for a three. It's off the mark. Ball hits the floor. Key chases down the long ball. Throws it back up from 15. It's no good. And the ball's picked up off the floor by Barber. Long pass down to Doyle. Throws it back behind him to Barber. Fires it down in there to Blaine. He puts it up as blocked. And out of bounds to Warren East. Barber will toss it in for the Raiders. Comes out to Matlock. Matlock will send it over to Maxey. Maxey getting a double screen out top. He picked up his dribble, had to get rid of it. 3-ball in the air, good for Doyle. Doyle with his second tray of the quarter, pulling the Raiders back within 2 at 23-21. Here's Griggs driving. Whistle. Steps call against Griggs.
Dribbled into traffic. Big jump stop. Didn't have anywhere to go with it. They said that was a walk. Warren East a chance to tie or take the lead here with another bucket back and forth after we went on that run. But their threes, like you said, they hit a lot of them, keeping them in it. They're 50%, 3 of 6 from long range.
And Maxey with the basketball. Working out front. Blaine sets the screen, and it's deflected off somebody's shoulder. Here's Key up court. Bandy drives, lays it up and in. Will Bandy all 7 points here in the second quarter. Cross-court pass comes to Doyle. Matlock for 3. It's off the mark. We're going to get a foul called on the rebound. And let's see. It's on Blaine, Warren East. His first, team's 8th. Going to put Tyler Bush at the line for the Trojans with 2:50 to play here in the half. Barren County leading 25-21. Shot up and in there for Tyler Bush. 62% foul shooter on the year. His first point of the game. 26-21 Trojans. And that one banked in. Bush with the bank free throw. 27-21 Barren County. 2:43 to play here in the first half. Maxey with it. And a bad pass. Key right in the lane to pick it off. Key, bounce pass underneath Griggs, trying to dig it out of there. Bounce pass back off to Key, puts it up, no good. Ball slapped out long, and they tried to save it in bounds. They did. It came right back to Key from Doyle for Warren East. Warner had it swiped away and stolen. Maxey's got it for East, taking it to the rack, and he's going to be fouled. Foul is going to be on Tyler Bush, his second. And number 9 of the Trojans here in the first half. So at the line, Thomas Maxey, 0 for 2 at the stripe. Hits the first one. Michael Harbison back in the Trojan lineup for Tyler Bush. So Withrow has 2 fouls. Niken has 2. They've been on the bench for a little while, especially Niken. And Bush now picks up 2. 27-22.
Gavin picked up the second one about the 6-minute mark, I think is what it was. So they've both been on the bench majority of this quarter.
Maxey hits the second toss. It's 27-23. Trojans by 4, and with the basketball, Mason Griggs. Bounce pass, a high post right to Bandy. Bandy looking, flips it out to Harbison, top of the circle. Back over to Griggs. Griggs trying to go underneath, reverses it up and in.
Hesitated a little bit, went to the other side of the rim to trap that defender.
29-23. Barren County with a 6-point lead. And Matlock with the basketball, working around to the right side, and going to be a palm called against Matlock. Well, that's twice that's been called.
Yes, it is. 9th Warren East turnover now. That wasn't much of a palm, I don't think. It was usually when you call that, it's really obvious. That one wasn't.
Minute 45 left in the second quarter. 29-23, Barren County. Bandy at the right elbow. Off to Pointer. Pulls the trigger for 3. It's off the back iron. Griggs with a rebound. Back up and in off the window.
Easy offensive rebound and put back by Griggs off that missed 3.
Griggs has scored all 6 of his points here in the second quarter. 31-23. Another bad pass, and Bandy chased it down. And Will gives it in the corner now to Michael Harbison. Out it comes to Griggs. Left side is Pointer. Bluffs the 3. Leaves it with Landon Key deep on the left side. Ball knocked away, trying to pass it back to Griggs. Here's Maxey for the layup. Good.
Saw that one coming. He just shot the passing lane off an obvious reversal.
31-25. And Key driving. Ball ricocheted off the rim here on a bad pass. Barber throws up the floater. No good, but a foul on the Trojans.
Fouls on number 20, Will Bandy.
And Will Bandy's picked up his first personal. That's number 10. And Barren County here in the first half is going to send Barber to the free throw line. 83% shooter on the year. Perfect on the first.
Into the Trojan lineup, number 23,
Caleb Hester in for Landon Key for Barren County.
Into the regular lineup.
31-26 now.
No, Bandy's happy not to be part of that foul trouble we're in with the 3 players with 2 on the bench. But overall, I think we've played pretty well without them. Much rather have them on the floor, but we've sustained.
Barber hits both for his 4th point. 31-27. In the ball game now is Jordan Jones, number 23, a 6-foot junior for Warren East. 45 seconds to play before the break. Barren County up 4. Pointer with it, being chased out there. Still on the dribble. Got Wheeler putting the pressure on him. Left side, Bandy. He wants to drive, spin move, goes up with a shot, and it comes off. Rebound comes off to Barber. 28 seconds. Barber in the lane. Shot blocked from behind by Bandy. Out of bounds. And I want to say Warren East touched it last. Not sure. I didn't think they did. Well, Coach Warren Cunningham disagreed with that. Jones trying to go baseline. Cut off by Pointer. Threw it away. Griggs has got it for the Trojans. Griggs bounce pass across the Bandy, puts it up, it is no good, but he draws a foul, and Will Bandy will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. Wheeler, number 2 on him, number 9 on Warren East in the first half. Will Bandy puts it up, it's good. That's his 8th point of this quarter, and 8 for the ball game. 32-27 with 17 seconds remaining. And that one bounces off, and we're going to foul Michael Harbison.
That was on number 21.
And that'll be his second. So now 4 Barren County players with 2 fouls apiece.
Not a spot you want to get a foul in, put them on the line to try to cut into your 5-point deficit. You want to make them earn it there with 17 seconds left in the half.
Matt Locke at the line. Shot goes up. It's good. It's his 4th point. He hit a 3 earlier in the first half. 16 seconds to go, 16 and a half to be exact, 32-28 Barren County. Matt Locke puts it up in the air, good again. 32-29. Barren County with a 3-point lead, 13 seconds to play before the break. As Griggs handles the basketball. Griggs against Maxey, trying to reach in on him, putting a lot of pressure. Has to do something with it, lobs it down to Harbison. He goes up and fouled with 1.6.
That's good improvisation by the freshman. With nothing there, knew he didn't have enough time to run a play, so threw it to the tallest players that we had available, made something out of it.
Michael Harbison at the line, free throw's good. 3rd point of the game for the 6'3 senior, 33-29, Barren County. Harbison. And that one popped out. Rebound, Barber up to Maxey, throws it up to the horn, banked it off the glass. And that will do it for the first half. Halftime, it is Barren County 33 and Warren East 29. We'll come back with a halftime report brought to you by Southern States of Glasgow and Horse Cave on 103.7 Nash Icon and ESPN 102.7.
And Clinton County up 20, 51-31 over Cumberland County boys.
All right, scores on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Open a Coke and enjoy the game. Barren County will go back second half. Will Bandy, Gavin Withrow, Landon Key, Mason Griggs, Aiden Niken. Thomas Maxey gives to Bryson Wallace. Gives to Carter now. Ryan Carter over to Barber. And Matlock also starting the second half. Maxey with it for East. Gives to Matlock. Matlock guarded by Griggs. Back out to Wallace, right of the key. Over goes to Carter on the left side. Carter out to Barber. Right side of the circle. Barber sends it over to Maxey on the left wing. Now Maxey will dribble back out front. Throws it across straight away to Matlock. Matlock finds Carter down low, and it's going to be blocked, but a foul on Bandy. And on Will Bandy, that's going to be his second. First of the second half against the Trojans.
They made a cut right across the lane. We didn't meet that cut or jam that cut. They got a good entry pass, and we didn't have any choice but to foul or allow the layup.
So Ryan Carter at the line, 1 of 2 at the stripe tonight. Free throw is good. That cuts the lead to 33-30 for Barren County. Carter, second toss on the way, got them both. 33-31. Early in the second half, Gavin Withrow in a trap. Key gets rid of it off to Griggs, comes down the near side. Bandy in the left corner. He'll throw it out to Key. Right side, Withrow, 3, bottom.
Didn't have a whole lot of success behind the three-point line in the first half. Just 1 of 7. Now make it 2 of 8 to open the quarter.
36-31. Barren County lead is 5. Almost a minute gone here in the second half, third quarter. Thomas Maxey crosses the midcourt line. Over the left side, Barber, 3 in the air. No. Rebound taken by Withrow. Withrow pushing it down the floor, stops, top of the key, over to Key. Back to Withrow. Withrow on the dribble. In the middle goes to Niken. Niken. Now puts down the dribble. Over to Withrow. Down low, Bandy trying to go up, and he's going to be fouled. And it'll be whistled against Ryan Carter. His third, Warney's first foul of the second half. And Will Bandy at the charity stripe. 2 for 3 at the stripe. First one too strong. Coach Brandon Combs going to bring in Seth Blaine to replace Ryan Carter, who picked up his third just now. 36-31 Trojans. Will Bandy back up at the free throw stripe. Shot goes up, and it's good this time. 9th point of the game for the 6'6 junior, and it's 37-31. Trojans lead it by 6. Minute and a half gone, third quarter. Maxey with a basketball. Driving to the right side. Here's a 3 ball, no good for Barber. Rebound claimed by Landon Key. Off to Withrow. And here's Aiden Niken. Niken splitting defenders, losing the handle on it. Barber's got it for Warren East. Bounce pass off to Maxey. Maxey heads to the basket and lays it up and in. Thomas Maxey with a 6-point. 37-33. Now pressure by Warren East as Niken will toss it in. Ball got kicked out of bounds.
Surprised us a little bit, I think, with the pressure.
Griggs jump pass the middle of Key. Over it goes to Withrow. Back to Key. He'll throw it up off the glass. It's no good. And Maxey up court to Barber on the right side, trying to crossover move, and Aiden Niken cut him off. Barber back out almost near midcourt to Maxey. Now Maxey works around to the right side, wants to drive, spins, goes up with a one-hand shot, banked it in. That's an athletic move by Maxey.
Pretty good defense. We stayed squared with him. He just had to make a move, like you said.
2-point ball game now, 37-35. Niken loses a handle, and there was Griggs on the end line to save it. And now Bandy trying to go up, and he does. Nice move to the basket for Will Bandy.
Yes, it would. It made the fake like he was passing and reversing it back out, and adjusted course right to the rim.
11 points for Will Bandy, 39-35, Barren County. 5 minutes to play in the third. Right side it goes to Barber. Barber will give it back over to Wallace, and down in the corner to Maxey. Maxey's going to jack it up for 3, and it's way short. Didn't even draw iron. Key's got it. Left-handed pass up to Withrow on the left side. Back out to Key. Straight away. 3 ball. No good. Tapped up in the air by Bandy, but caught by Wallace. Bounce pass off to Matlock. Matlock for the layup. Missed it. Rebound. Taken by Nike, but he lost it out of bounds. Tyler Bush checks into the Trojan lineup. With 4:31 to go here in the third, Aiden Nikens coming out of the ball game. 39-35. Barren County on top. And it is Maxey lobbing it in to Blaine. Going to get a new player in the ball game here in just a little bit for Coach Brandon Combs. Barber with it on the left side. Brings it back out front. Barber still on the dribble. We get it straight away over to Maxey. Maxey has the top of the key over to Blaine. Blaine's picked up his dribble long range left. Sends it back over to Wallace. Now here's Matlock. Fires up a 3. It's off the mark. Rebound taken by Tyler Bush. Bush will get rid of it off to Withrow. Withrow left side landing Key. Sends it down low in there to Bandy. Spin move, fall away jump shot is no good. And we're going to get a foul call on Tyler Bush. And that's going to be his third, number 2 on the Trojans in the second half. Aiden Nyken and Tay Porter coming back into the Trojan lineup as Will Bandy and Landon Key leave. So now we got Griggs, Nyken, Pointer, Bush, Withrow. 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a junior in the court for Barren County right now. As we head to the 3.5-minute mark of the third quarter. Barren County leading 39-35 over Warren East. Barber trying to make a move on Pointer. Does, penetrates the lane, he threw it away. Trying to find Blaine cutting up the baseline and threw it too wide. Barren County's basketball. Gavin Withrow brings it up for Barren County. Gets around Maxey. Throws it up on the run. It's going to roll in. Withrow with his second field goal of the ball game here in the third quarter. 41-35. Trojans lead it by 6. Working around the right side. Maxey throws up a wild shot. It's no good. Rebound taken by Pointer. Long pass down the court. Here's Griggs driving under. Goes up with a shot. No good. Follow up no good for Nyken. Ball tapped out to Pointer. Pointer turns and fires a 15-footer, and he hits it. 7 points for Tay Pointer. Lead back up to 8 now for Barren County at 43-35. Here's a shot put up by Barber. Kind of laid up on the back of the rim and fell through. But Dante Barber with his 6th point of the ball, giving a timeout called by Brandon Combs. 2:27 to play here in the third quarter. Barren County 43, Warren East 37 as we take a Coca-Cola timeout. Open a Coke and enjoy the game. Trojanettes won earlier tonight over the Lady Raiders 69-39.
It's been a relatively quiet third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a quick
third quarter.
Not a whole lot of fan interaction, just kind of up and down, but not a whole lot to get excited about. I guess we've kind of quietly extended the lead. Warren East unable to connect on any three-pointers. They're 0 of 4, and I was worried that they were going to be able to get hot from behind the arc, but they haven't. Still plenty of time for them to do it, though.
Logan Sanders is checked into the Barren County lineup. 5'11 junior. Here comes Griggs racing down. Almost had it stolen by Wheeler. Over it goes to Bush. He'll give it out front to Gavin Withrow to set up. He needs some help. He'll get it over to Nyken. Nyken trying to go strong to the bucket. Puts it up and in. First 2 since the first quarter for Aiden Nyken. He's got 9.
Was a strong move.
2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Wheeler with the basketball for East, driving in, and a whistle. Foul going to be called. Is it on Griggs?
They will call it on Griggs, but I thought Griggs stripped the ball pretty clean.
2 fouls on Mason Griggs, 3 on the Trojans, and Sam Wheeler at the line for Warren East. He's 2 for 2 at the stripe. First one is in the air, and it is coming off.
Walk out! Walk out!
Barren County 45, Warren East 37. Wheeler at the line for the Raiders. Second free throw attempt is on the way, and it's going to drop in. 45-38, Barren County. Minute 53 to play, third quarter. Withrow in the backcourt against Matlock. Hits it across the line. Drives, throws up the floater in the lane. It's short. Rebound taken by Wheeler for Warren East. Wheeler baseballs it left corner. Matlock for a three. No. Ball ricochets around, and Tyler Bush comes up with it for Barren County. Racing down the floor with it left side. Driving, dumps it off underneath the corner. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Bush.
Perfect play all around.
Slow down.
Yeah, there's no hitting the brakes when you're going that fast. He wasn't really out of control by any means because he did a good job distributing the basketball, had a right idea.
That's going to be his fourth and the team's fourth. Warren East basketball. Minute 27 left to play. Third period, 45-38. Trojans. Here's Wheeler over the left side to Doyle. Doyle can pull the trigger. He's hit two. Comes out to Maxey in between the circles. Maxey back over the right side to Sanders. And corner reaching in. I thought he was going to get a jump ball there, but a foul going to be called against Tay Pointer. That is his first and Barren County's fifth of the second half. Logan Sanders, didn't he come to Barren County at one time?
He transferred to Warren East.
Ball comes out long to Maxey in the backcourt. Griggs tried to pick it off. Maxey gets a double screen out top, cuts back to the right, spins back into the lane. Now brings it back out with 57 seconds to play. Now wants to drive. He'll go to the bucket. Shot blocked by Harbison and out of bounds.
Aiden! Don't be flat. You got to get a good head.
52.2 to play in the third.
Shoot her hard.
Comes out to Blaine. He'll send it off to Maxey.
Come on, Harp.
Maxey over the left side. Wheeler. Three in the air. No good. Harbison the rebound. Gets Wheeler off to Withrow. Up to Niken. Niken driving to the bucket. Had it swiped out of his hands, or they say he lost it.
That was definitely a foul. I'm not sure how. He didn't lose it. He got smacked right across the arm.
38 seconds left in the third, and Maxey with a basketball. Bounce pass off the right side, and Wheeler travels. So the Trojans get it back with 33 seconds to play. Niken will toss it in. It comes into Griggs. Griggs, and he dribbled it off his foot. Here comes Maxey with it the other way for Warren East. He's going to drive, leans in with a shot. It's no good. Niken with a rebound. Niken, bounce pass off to Harbison. He lost it, picked it back up, and then he double dribbled.
Yeah, trying to pull it back out to go for one, but we've had two possessions to try to go for one and turned it over both of them. Gives us 5 turnovers for the quarter.
14.9 left to go in the third. Sam Wheeler with it for the Raiders. 9 seconds to play. Right side, Maxey against Griggs. Drives. He pushed him down, and the shot goes up. It's no good.
Charge.
He just kind of running over some bowling pins there. Yeah. Maxey will be called for the second, and team second.
Picked up the 7-10 split there. Pushed off Griggs and bounced over to the opposite side to get Niken.
1.6 left. And a steal. And Maxey stepped on the inline, but there's only 2/10 of a second left.
Make a good pass.
2/10 of a second left in the third. And Barren County's basketball. Niken will toss it in. And the ball kicked again.
Just got to get it in. 2/10 of a second. Just, yeah, Harbison's 6'5", just throw it up to him.
Officials getting together about something there. I'm not sure.
And no time went off the clock, so in order for it to be a play, I guess something has to happen there on the clock. So
So, yeah, it's going to stay at 2/10.
Can't do anything with 2/10 anyway,
Yeah,
so it's
I just throw it long.
Really inconsequential.
Niken gets it into Harbison. And that will do it for the third quarter. Barren County leads it by 7, 45-38 over Warren East, and we'll come back with the fourth and final quarter in just a minute here on 103.7 Nash Icon and ESPN 102.7. Back with the fourth and final quarter here from Barren County High. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer. Trojans 45, the Raiders 38. Right elbows, Niken turns on the dribble. In traffic, throws it up and in. Tough shot. Braden Niken, his 11-point. Lead is 9 for Barren County at 47-38. Sam Wheeler with the basketball for Warren East. Out top, sends it right side over to Doyle. Now Doyle, one dribble, looking, and almost picked up the pivot foot. Niken tried to pick off the pass, and here's a shot going up in off the glass. Good for Braden Wardlow, just checked in the ball game, a 5'9" junior.
A pass that's got that big a hump on it, you got to go get that. Hayden just took a bad angle to it.
47-40. Griggs has it for Barren County against Warren East Sam Wheeler. Here on the near side, bounces it off to Withrow, then Trapp throws it back out front to Griggs. Here's a three by Pointer, no good. Rebound to Maxey for Warren East. 1 minute gone here in the fourth. This fourth quarter brought to you by Southern States of Glasgow and Horse Cave. And Withrow trying to, or rather Griggs trying to go with a steal there. Back out to Maxey. Maxey on the move, down the lane, fall away, jump shot, no good. Rebound taken by Griggs for Barren. Withrow, bring it into the front court. Right side to Pointer, gets a screen from Bandy, can't shoot, picks up his dribble. Goes back to the right side. Bandy for a three. Rimmed off. Maxey with a rebound for Warren East. Maxey into the front court. Crossover move into the corner. Wardlow pulls the trigger. It's good. He's 2 for 2.
3-point goal, Wardlow.
He's got the lead down to 4 for Barren County at 47-43. Wardlow has not even been in the game tonight. And Brandon Combs inserted him, and he's come in here and scored 2 baskets back-to-back in the fourth quarter.
You can't let them get hot. They were 0 of 6 from behind the three-point line, and right off the bat, they come out, hit a 3, hit another bucket, all by Wardlow, and it's all of a sudden a 4-point game. In the third, the Trojans were 5 of 11 for 45% compared to just 3 of 13 for 23% from the Raiders. 5 total rebounds compared to 11 rebounds for the Trojans. We turned it over 6 times, and Warren East only turned it over 3.
We got 6:15 left in the game, and Barren County with a 47-43 lead.
Yeah, it's just it's in a way felt like we've had much bigger lead than we've had at times tonight, but it's just the flow of the game. There's not a ton of energy. The crowd, we have a decent crowd, but a lot of times the crowd hadn't been in it. We haven't hit shots. We haven't made plays sometimes to get them into it maybe, but that's sometimes a consequence of a Tuesday night. But all said and done, we got to be really careful right now. Warren East going to pick up full court pressure. Can't turn it over, can't give them good looks.
Niken gets the ball inbounds, and a bounce pass to Withrow. Withrow bringing it up against Madlock. Withrow gets it across the timeline here on the near side out front. Left side with it to Niken. Niken looking for Bandy. Bandy comes to set a screen for Niken. Niken goes under, puts it up, it's good. Foul going to be called against Warren East. And it's on number 10. That's Wardlow, his first, team's third. Wardlow came in averaging 2.3 and it hit both buckets for the Raiders here in the last quarter. Free throw by Niken is good. 3-point play the old-fashioned way. He's got 14. Lead is 7 for the Trojans at 50-43. 5:53 to play. Maxey down in the corner to Matt Locke. Traveling violation. .549 left. I would have thought we probably had some coaches in the crowd tonight doing a little scouting.
I haven't really seen any, but then again, I haven't been able to look real good behind me.
Withrow getting some pressure out front from Wardlow. In the middle, Niken. And there's going to be an offensive foul.
Pretty easy, caught it. In a good position to score, but you can't just turn around and sling your body. You got to be under control, square up, make a move.
3 fouls at Aiden Niken. That's 6 on the Trojans in the second half. 5.5 minutes still to play. Barren County up by 7. Maxey in the corner, a 3 in the air. No good for Matlock. Porter pulls down the rebound, gives it to Withrow. Gavin Withrow picks up his dribble. Left side over to Aiden Niken. Niken wants to make a move. Into the lane. Jump shot is up. It's no good. And they're going to call Bandy for over the back.
If he was just a little bit more patient, he actually had will for a layup.
Number 7 against the Trojans here in the second half. And so Warren East will be in the bonus for the rest of the game with 5:09 to play.
I really like where we are with the 7-point lead, but I still think it's really dangerous. They're in the bonus. They've got shooters on the floor. We've got to prove that we can finish a basketball game.
Maxey missed the front end, but we got an offensive rebound. And another foul on the Trojans. It'll be on Landon Key. His second, team's 8th.
You can't give up an offensive rebound on a free throw like that.
So at the line this time is Ryan Carter. He's 3 out of 4. Shot goes up. It's good.
Get him to miss the front end of a 1-and-1 and then give him another opportunity right back at it. 50-44. Carter for the bonus try. On the way, got them both. 50-45. Aiden Niken. Oh, mishandled the pass on the inbounds. Turnover by Barron. Matt Locke down to Carter. Carter turns with a hook shot. It's no good. Rebound to Niken. Pushing it down the floor. Had it stolen from him by Maxey. Maxey with it for Warren East. He's going to drive. Throws up a wild shot. It's an air ball. And that's going to go off the back of Matlock and out of bounds.
Into the Trojan lineup, number 5, Mason Griggs.
Mason Griggs returning to the Trojan lineup for Aiden Niken. And Landon Key gets the ball in play to Gavin Withrow. So he'll work it up court now against Wardlow. 4:43 left in the ball game. It's 50-45. Oh, almost a dangerous pass there. Here's Bandy trying to go up the baseline strong. Puts it up. He missed it. Gets his own rebound. Back up. It's blocked. Warren East back the other way. Stolen back by Key. Now here come the Trojans.
Got to settle down. This would be a great time for a bucket.
It's Pointer giving it out to Withrow. Withrow in the lane. Got bumped as he went to the deck. Going to get a foul called. And I think it's on Wardlow. That's his second. It's only 4 on Warren East in the second half. And Matlock's going to check out for the Raiders. Barber back in. Barren County will take it out left side of the bucket. Gets it into Bandy. Bandy trying to make a move inside and a traveling violation. So Aiden Niken will return for the Trojans. Will Bandy will check out, and back in for Warren East is Caleb Matlock. Maxey handles the basketball.
Combs plays a lot of kids, doesn't he?
He's played about 12 or 13, looks like. Maxey driving, shot blocked by Niken, but Maxey retrieved the ball and gives it back out front to Barber. Barber trying to make a move on Key. And now goes right side with it. Leaves it off to Carter. Shot goes up, no good, off to the left side. Gets his own rebound. Dumps it back off. It's deflected by Niken. They try to save it in bounds. Pointer was underneath the bucket. But too late, and it's going to be Warren East basketball. 3:42 to play. Barren up 5.
Still stuck at 45-50.
Ball comes out to Carter. He'll give it to Maxey. Now Maxey back to the right side. Matlock in there in the high post of Carter. Back to Matlock. Wanted to shoot the three. That should be a collision. Offensive foul. Landon Key taking the charge on that one.
I think it's the second one he's taken tonight.
Goal number 2, Matlock is second.
Number 2, Caleb Matlock. It's going to be 5 fouls on Warren East in the second half. Bryson Wallace returning to the Raider lineup, replacing Wardlow. Barren County's basketball as it comes into Withrow as he turns up court against Wallace. 3:27 left to play.
Need to use some clock and get a bucket out of it.
Little body contact there. Backdoor pass comes to Pointer. Scoops it up and in.
Perfect time to run that set, clear out. Haven't ran it, showed it tonight.
9 points for Pointer. Ball gets away. And here's Key with it for the Trojans. 3-on-1 fast break. Key, left-handed layup is in there.
Take it yourself. Don't worry about chance of turning it over. And that's the 2 back-to-back buckets we need to stretch it out to 9. And a timeout from Warren East.
Landon Key with his first 2 points tonight for Barren County. 3:02 left to go. We'll take a Coca-Cola timeout here with the score 54-45. Trojans on top. Stay tuned. The CPC Commodities postgame report will be coming up. And we'll be back on the airwaves on Nash Icon on Friday night when Barren County plays host to Monroe County in a district doubleheader. Again, we appreciate the Warren East listeners tonight on ESPN 102.7 in Bowling Green.
Trying to get you a score on that Monroe County game since we
I've not had any tonight for some reason.
Your phone has been quiet.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
Not sure why. I'm always getting updates on some of these games, but
well, the Metcalf-Monroe game is 45-40 after 3. Monroe's only up 5 after Metcalf. I know Metcalf's improved, but that score still surprises me a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing.
A little discussion here at the scorers table. Not sure what's going on. 3:02 left on the clock. 54-45.
I think it's about the number of timeouts. But
3 apiece, is that what they said?
I think that should be right. I think Warren's called 2. Brandon's called 2.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Raiders basketball. Carter will toss it in. It comes into Maxey. 3 minutes to play. 9-point Trojan lead. Right to the right side is Maxey. Give it out to Matlock. He pulls the trigger. It's short. Barely brushed the iron. And Landon Key coming out there with it for the Trojans. Gives it off to Withrow. 2:46 to play in the basketball game.
Warren calls motion so we can run a little bit of clock. Just take care of the basketball here.
Griggs trying to penetrate. Bounce pass baseline. Here's Bandy trying to slip in underneath. Trying to go up for the shot. Foul going to be called.
Got bailed out there. That's not what we necessarily want to do. If it's not layup, probably only type situation, we don't want to take chances of turning it over.
Will Bandy is 3 of 5 from the charity line tonight. 11 points. Shot goes up. It's good. Gives him a dozen now, and it's 10-point Barren County lead, 55-45. Make it 56-45. I think that's the largest lead of the ball game for the Trojans. At 2.5 minutes left, Maxey goes left side over to Barber. Barber, long 3, drains it.
It was really the best look they've had at 3 because they've been running off screens, running around out there trying to get up good shots, but they've just thrown them up quickly Took a couple steps behind the arc, drained it, cut it back to a single-digit 8-point game.
That's their 5th three-point shot tonight. Doyle hit 2 back in the second quarter. And then Wardlow hit 1 here in the fourth quarter. So did Barber.
What do you say, they average 8? Is that what you said earlier?
They average 8 three-pointers a game. They're 124 out of 370. So that is
about 33%, or
33.6%. So about a third of what they take per game, they make.
That's not a terrible percentage, really, for a high school team.
.224 left, and it's a 56-48 Barren County lead. Warren East came into this game tonight 8-8. Barren County at 6-7.
Either way, it's going to be another close game. Hopefully, we can come out on the right end of it.
Raiders have lost 4 in a row coming into tonight. Griggs is in a trap. Ooh, pass almost picked off. We're going to get a foul call.
I don't know where that foul's going. I guess that's kind of a 50-50 ball. They both got there at the same time, but they're going to give us.
They're going to put it on Wallace, and that's his 4.
Yeah, I think there's a valid argument there that that's just kind of a 50-50 situation.
Yeah. So Landon Key will step to the free throw line. That is the 8th team foul. No, the 7th against Warren East here in the second half.
We've had more discussions tonight than we have in most of our football games.
Right.
I think it's about another clock situation. It ran when it should, and they're going to add a few seconds to it.
4 seconds.
Yeah.
2:23 left now. It's 56-48. And Landon Key at the line. Dawson Doyle returning to the Warren East lineup. Key's a 62.5% foul shooter. And he got that one. 57-48 Barren County. And this shot goes up. Good again for Landon Key. 58-48 Barren County, 2:20 left to go. As Maxey handles a basketball for the Raiders. Maxey dribbles right side, cuts back, wants to drive to the bucket, puts it up. It is good. Maxey with 10. 58-50, still 2 minutes to play. Inbounds pass comes to Griggs. Griggs throws it back in the middle of the Key. Over the right side it goes to Withrow. Withrow being chased out there. Foul on Barber. His second. That'll be the team's 8th. So that'll put Gavin Withrow at the charity stripe for the 1+1. He's shooting at 76% from the line on the year.
Thought it was a little early maybe to start the foul.
He missed it. And Trojans got it back. We're going to get a foul called on Matlock. It's his 3rd, team's 9th. So Gavin Withrow goes back to the charity stripe for another 1+1. Shot is in the air. Good. The 6th point of the game. 59-50 Trojans. Bonus try, good again for Gavin Withrow. 60-50, Barren County, minute 48 to play in the game. Maxey with the basketball for Warren East. On the dribble, wants to make a move, drives the bucket, lays it up and in. Maxey with 12 points, 8 here in the second half off 4 field goals. And a full timeout is called with a minute 39 left to go in the contest. Barren County 60, Warren East 52. Maxey leading the way in scoring for Brandon Combs' team with 12 points. Dante Barber with 9. And And there's been, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Raiders have scored tonight. Barren County led in scoring so far with Aiden Niken, 14. Right behind him, Will Bandy with 13. Tate Porter with 9.
Looks like Warren Central's getting beat about halfway through the fourth quarter at Hopkinsville. They're down by 6, the last score report.
Well, Warren Central losing to Allen County Scottsville by 2 points.
Bowling Green up handily over South Warren by 21, 65-34 at the end of the third quarter.
Landon Key will toss it in. Full court pressure by Warren East. Ball comes into play to Will Bandy. He's in a trap. Needs help. Pass is deflected, and Warren East comes up off the turnover. Maxey's got it with 1:28 to play. Maxey throws it out to Barber. Barber trying to make a move against Key. Leaves it out there with Wallace for 3. Short. Withrow with a rebound. Withrow into the front court now. Right side over to Griggs. Getting some pressure. He's in a trap. Now back to Withrow. Withrow wants to drive. Throws it over to Bandy. Baseline Niken. 1:05 to the left to go. And here's Bandy driving to the basket, and he lays it in.
It's a good decision there. Ran some clock and had a wide open lane to the rim for an easy layup.
62-52. We got a foul on the other end. It's going to send Thomas Maxey of Warren East to the free throw line for 2 shots. Foul on Griggs, his 3rd, team's 9th.
Thomas Maxey at the line for
Maxey is 2 for 5 at the stripe, and he missed that one. Barely grazed the metal. 57% foul shooter, but he's only 2 of 6 tonight. Shot goes up, and that one pops out, and Niken with a rebound. 50 seconds to play, and Niken in the backcourt. It's going to be fouled. And it's on 20. That's Barber, his 3rd. Number 10 on Warren East here in the second half. Aiden Niken, 2 for 2 at the stripe. Both were on 3-point plays. Gets 2 shots, the first one perfect. 15 for Aiden Niken. 63-52. Trojans on top with 46.6 to play. Second shot, good again for Aiden Niken. Trojans have shot the free throws well here in the fourth quarter, only missing 1 out of 10. Shot goes up, no good. Here's Maxey driving, kicks it off to Doyle for 3, hits off the mark. And the rebound to Griggs, fires it up court to Bandy. Bandy will go in for the layup. It's good, and a foul.
by Will Bandy.
Maxey picks up his 3rd. 66-52. That's the largest lead for the Trojans tonight with 30.7 seconds left in the game. Bandy in the air, got it.
We've hit our last 4 field goal attempts, and you said we've hit, was it 10 of 11 at the line?
10 of 11 at the line here in the fourth quarter.
That's why we've ballooned this lead real quick to 15, and why we've been able to close it out. Even a record at 7-7 going into that key district matchup with the Falcons on Friday.
We got all new players in. Here's a 3 out of the corner, good for Doyle. I don't know how he made that one, but he did. That's 3 threes for Dawson Doyle. 67-55, got a traveling violation in the backcourt on Byron Reynolds. Got Reynolds, got Ryan Shirley in the ball game. Here's a 3 out of the corner from Madlock. It's an air ball, and it's taken by Landon Houchins. Got Colton Stevens in the ball game, and Seth Hagan. I don't think I've missed anybody. Byron Reynolds, Ryan Shirley, Landon Houchins, Colton Stevens, Seth Hagan. You're going to run the clock out here, and that'll do it. And the Trojans will win tonight by a score of 67-55 over Warren East. Warren East drops to 8-9 on the year, and Barren County improves to 7-7 on the season. We'll come back with a CPC Commodities post-game report. CPC Commodities, proven on our farm, made for yours. on 103.7 Nash Icon and ESPN 102.7.